Kaz, get out of the fan. Out of the fan. Hey, guys.
Oh, sorry.
I know you're hot, honey. I know you're sexy, but I don't want you blowing away.
Hi, Iconic. How are you, darling?
I am good. How are you guys?
Not bad.
Rachel, that's funny that you said that. Mo and Boots, I think they're playing a couple little, I don't know what they're doing, but we are probably going to have to go ahead and see what they're up to and stream them and see what they say, because just before this live, and we'll talk about it after, we spoke to Jim on the phone for about 30 minutes and got some new information, good information. And then let's go see what they're going to say to make things clear.
Yes, they're going to clear the rumors, apparently.
You know what, Kenny? You know what, Iconic? That's why we see, Kenny, it was just a game. We really, Iconic only left because we really wanted to freak you out. It was a total setup.
That's totally it. I just needed to see how much you would freak out. Yeah.
It was a total setup, Kenny, and you bought it. You really think that we're going to get rid of the kid?
Exactly. What would we do without her?
God.
Ye of little faith, Kenny. Missed you too, gamer.
Kenny, you're lucky I'm a nice person. But if you ever put that sex monster in the lobby again, I'm telling you, I had nightmares that he was going to come and get me.
That was so funny.
How is everyone? Is everyone ready for Christmas?
Yes and no.
Iconic might be mad, Kenny.
No, he said mod.
It's funny because, I did the live earlier today. I noticed that they were going live 30 minutes after us. How did that work? And then
well, you said it was earlier today because you sent me the StreamYard.
Yeah. But then I noticed they bumped it up to go live the same time that we were going live, so then we bumped it back 10 minutes.
Oh, Rachel, you're not wrong, darling. I'm melting right now. It's so.
But we have a lot of new information, guys, that we have been digging into as far as like Heidi. And actually, after speaking to Jim and telling Jim information, but we'll tell you guys in a little bit what we can. He wants Iconic and I to contact the detective on Heidi's case tomorrow, because we definitely have some things that Jim was mind blown that we knew about.
I love him.
And tell Kenny what I told Jim on the phone about Kenny.
Ooh, Kenny, your name was dropped. She said that Kenny keeps pressuring her that you say that she owes him a gift for having any kind of doubts. But it is funny to say that Jim also said that he wanted people to look at him from the beginning too. So it's fair, right?
Oh no, Kenny. I said, hey, Jim, my friend Kenny from Australia, who supports, Heidi and everything, told me that I should buy you a Christmas present. And I said, and Kenny, Jim, I told Kenny there is no way I can afford to buy Jim a Christmas present. And he laughed. But then we spoke a little bit about, because, I'm a barber and he's a hairdresser, and we spoke about people that we knew in the business, and it was a really good conversation. Jim is, you're a nice guy, Jim, okay?
I told you.
But I did tell Jim that in the beginning with the whole Nerf ball story and stuff, I'm like, Jim, I definitely was looking into you. And then after everything he knew that we found out that we were telling him tonight, he's like, yeah, you are definitely looking into something.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Jim
an
is a cool guy.
understatement.
Yeah, Jim, I have a feeling that Jim might join us. I can honestly say I really have a feeling he would join us on a live.
He is the best. I don't know. He's really good conversationalist. That's all I have to say.
Hey, Aaron, Kara, Kenny, Rachel, Benton in the house.
Kenny, you
Sherry,
got
my BFFE. Love you so much, girl. Rachel, PB and J, what's up? Oh, PB and J, we have got. Wait,
mhm.
wait until we tell you. You guys are definitely the next time we do a live. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the store tomorrow. I'm gonna get a. You have a whiteboard, right, Iconic?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting the string board and the cork board because after we tell you what we know tonight, we have to definitely get this onto a board
Oh,
because
we've got. Yeah, it's too big now. We need the whole side of your house, Mark. The whole side.
Essentially.
I mean I'll just use my kitchen cabinets and I'll just put like post-its and strings and because guys in the beginning of the year I am going to be leaving Maine for a couple of months and I'm going to take care of my nephews, my deceased sister's children, my sister who I lost. The boys need a family mother type female in their life, and my brother-in-law is just older and he's got some problems with his kidneys right now that he's dealing with, and so I'm gonna go take care of my nephews for a little bit.
Family time.
We might have I might be live outside tomorrow in 10 degrees PB and J in the snow, dressed like an Eskimo, using the side of my house. No, I'm not leaving YouTube. I am going to be going south for a little bit into Pennsylvania. I'm not leaving YouTube.
We can't
We,
leave you two. We have to save Heidi.
Yeah, I got to go take
exactly.
care of my nephews. I got one that just literally turned he just turned 13 and his mom's been gone for a year and a half and the everyday phone calls with him and I just know that my little nephew needs me. So
And
I'm going
Mom
to be
wouldn't be allowed to leave anyway because we wouldn't let her, would we?
gosh,
Iconic.
I'm gonna be a mom.
Track
It's
her
gonna
down.
be like a total mom row for two. I got an 18-year-old nephew who's autistic, but he's a smart boy, and he's not like where like you can totally communicate with Styles. But he is autistic, and he does watch still to this day since he was a baby that SpongeBob part over and over and over and over again. He does do that little deal, but he's a cool kid.
He knows what
And
he
he
likes.
loves and he won't give anyone else hugs, but he loves to hug his TT Marmar.
No.
Yeah. PA, take your guns. I'm going into the Poconos, Benton.
Where's
Aw,
that, Mark?
cool, Rachel. Yeah, he's my nephew. He's 18. He's gorgeous. I'm sure you guys will meet them.
Where's the
And if you do
Poconos?
meet them, though,
For
you
us
won't
in
meet them
the.
on YouTube. You'll meet them in Discord because I'm not going to put my nephews on a YouTube platform.
Mark, for
That,
us. I'm going to shut up.
here we go.
This is Boots or Dawn.
Hi, guys.
And I'm actually filling in for Mo. My name is Joe. As you can see, my new hair.
Okay, remember, guys, though, we got to do a little bit of a commentary. We need to stop them, stream them. But I'm just curious to see what they say. They're no longer staying silent. So let's take note, guys. Maybe we can learn something, actually. Let's see what they got.
I'm always trying to learn.
But remember, Kaz, iconic. We need to do some commentary. I actually liked Boots until she turned, I don't know what she did.
Oh, I thought this was such a funny joke, and I even typed it out and everything. Yes, I got my hair done, and I decided to go wild, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So it is what
Beautiful.
it is. Paid a lot of money for it, so hopefully it looks okay. This isn't a box style, I'll tell you that much. So we wanted to address some of the rumors that were going around. Now, this will be related to not just us, but the Heidi Planck case.
Okay,
Um,
girls.
we,
They look
It's
like
time.
that.
it's
time.
time. So after that article came out in the Sun, as you all have read and read again and again and again and again about on all of the channels,
Let me
all of the
say something real
discords, all of the
fast. Guys, I would never do this. You know damn well I would never stream someone else's content. But this bullshit right here has got to be streamed because after talking to Jim and knowing, you know, I have to honestly see the excuse for the article because the only contact that I got from Boots was Boots contacted me and said, "Don't you ever contact me again. You have no integrity." I have no integrity. Let me tell you something. If I didn't have integrity, I would be making thousands of dollars a month on YouTube and not 200 with the people that I love coming in my rooms because I love the people, the comments, the conversation, what we have going on. I'm not into this false bullshit advertisement. So let's continue with these two.
the YouTubes, we've been just quietly sharing amongst ourselves the feedback, and
Kaz,
we just can't stay silent
Oh,
anymore
get that
because I think the longer
fan.
we stay
Get that
silent, the
fan.
more
It's building
I
up.
haven't got
gravity
the
it gives
fan on.
those rumors,
Okay. You
and
got your
a lot of
earbuds
it
in?
just isn't true.
Sure have.
And this is
Okay.
I'm
also
gonna
giving an
I'm gonna
opportunity for other people,
take the
other
phone
YouTubers,
outside. Maybe there's
to
something
be
in here. I'll
sharing
be back.
information that is wrong, just purely wrong, not
Or
not
shouldn't,
good
yeah.
for
That we've
Now,
the
chosen not to share.
investigation.
And they,
The-
yeah.
if you
exactly.
girls
So
want me to pause,
there are
tell me to
things that
pause because
we
I'm just gonna.
specifically have chosen not to share that others are now spreading far and wide, and we just don't feel like it's
You
right.
spread
It's a good thing to
false
do. So
information.
like
Our
I
channel,
just
we're going to do it the way we do it.
that's
Okay. These two girls had a big story about Heidi. They're back in my videos. The one on the right, Boots, went to downtown Los Angeles. She met supposedly Heidi's best friend. They ran into Sabrina Peterson, the one that T.I., the rapper, held a gun to her head that actually has her own cannabis company and supposedly lives in the building. So they supposedly, Sabrina sent them footage of the stripper party where the event went down, where Heidi died overdosed on a fentanyl laced Adderall. Like, you can't make it up. Okay. And then they tried to portray video after the party where they were talking about Heidi fell, broke a glass, and she overdosed, and they put her down the trash compactor and she got stuck on the 28th floor. So they came out with this bogus video regarding that the strippers were down there picking up glass after Heidi fell, and actually you can see they're picking up money. So these two got paid from the Sun to do a big article and actually let them think that this little boy think that his mom died on an overdosed fentanyl Adderall, right?
Correct.
And now they're going to cover their little butts. Maybe let's see what they have to say. But what they don't know and realize is that we have dug so far into this case that they have no idea what layer we're on. And they have no idea that we speak to Jim and Iconic speaks to him frequently.
Emails, texts, phone calls, you name it, we exchange it.
Yeah, we're going to get into that, Rosanna. We got some new info tonight, what Jim said, especially about a couple of things about the car, which are very interesting and what was left in the car. But let's just hear what they have to say. Where they're going to say that we exploited Bond. No, you exploited Bond by going off what somebody told you that she died on a laced fentanyl. You should have never have said that because she has a 10-year-old son.
And I will tell
that's right.
you,
We're gonna
Jim
And
is
what?
not happy. I
Oh,
spoke with him the day this article came out. The day it came out. And I will
yeah.
tell you the tone in his voice, worse than the one in mine, about these two.
Calm down,
That's all I
girl.
have to
I
say.
know, calm down.
I'm
And
going
Jim
to leave
also, and tonight on the phone, Jim was like, wait, what are those girls' names again? Hang on.
do it the way we want.
And it's going to be
And really,
right.
like, we tried to lead with kindness and respect, and this is part of the reason why we've stayed silent. We wanted to avoid looking at the comments altogether. We've shared tears, not just to us, but the other people in our Discord, family members who are involved in our Discord and that family members that we talk to that are related to Heidi. They've had a really hard time with what's been shared, and you know what?
Finding out the truth is
We're
really
sensitive.
easy.
We're very sensitive. We take everything to heart, but we're also bulldogs, and we will respond when we need to.
Who let the dogs out? Ooh, ooh.
Ooh,
We are
ooh.
trouble girls. They're letting out the bulldogs.
Well, my mama always called me a bulldog, so I got you.
Who let the dogs out? All right, guys, let's go. I hope they get into this quick.
And
Let's
we will
speed
do
them
so in
up.
a way that isn't attacking, but is defending our truth. Because we know that we're leading with good intentions, and the last thing that we want to do is do this for the wrong reasons and be negatively affecting an investigation. So this shouldn't take long.
Good
but we did want to know
intentions.
you guys to know that what we know and help you become aligned and understand exactly where we stand on this.
Who
So in
let
the
the
end, you can
dogs
type in your
out?
questions in the chat, or you can stay until the end and join us. I will share the StreamYard dial in. I have some banners here, some brand new banners. Look at that. Didn't realize that since I paid for it, we got to do this. So fancy.
So fancy.
So fancy.
Well,
And
they're going to have to be able
we
to
do
click that
appreciate
banner
directness
link,
and
so you're
feedback. We're
probably going to
always
have to put it
Absolutely.
in the chat.
but just do it kindly. Like if you see someone whose hairstyle, like if you don't like my hair, that's fine. You can probably keep it to yourself though. But you can say, oh, I wonder what you're.
Girls, I don't hate my elderly cats. Oh, look at the Nightbot joined us. I do not think that these girls have thick enough skin for YouTube. When she told me in a text message that she was upset and I had no integrity about sharing what you shared to me, well, I sat on it for how long? How long?
About, I don't know, since the beginning of you guys talking, since the day she got attacked, basically.
Yeah.
She called you the next day
Yes,
and had the
yes,
conversation.
she did. I talked to her a few times. She was Christmas parties, beautiful pictures, back and forth, great
We
conversation.
were becoming pretty good little friends there for a minute.
Yes, we were, and I didn't drop anything until I woke up and saw an article that said Heidi Planck overdosed of a fentanyl-laced Adderall at the building. It was her picture, it was her article, and I thought to myself, I don't have integrity. No, now I'm going to give everything that you gave me to show that you talking about an after party and that being glass picked up. No, you just that was completely false. Anyone who thinks that those were people at a party picking up broken glass with them putting dollar bills on a table with a stripper pole have got to put some big glasses on. Hey,
And why
Veggie,
wouldn't you offer to share those to Jim? Why wouldn't you ask Jim if he wanted that information to pass along to the police before you pass it on to the son?
exactly. Like, why wouldn't you, if you're so close to Jim and Bond and this and that, and talk about integrity? I have integrity. I will not ever share what Jim said to me. We will say that, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When Critical K and you and I were talking and doing your thing and thinking that she was being cool and trying to explain about what was going on with one of these creators in the room, and
Correct.
she decided to paywall it, she's just as low as these two.
I agree.
I could have paywalled. I could have paywalled it. I could have paywalled it. I could have paywalled it. I don't work like that.
No, this needs to help Heidi, and putting it behind a paywall or making money off of it in that kind of way is for your own self-interest. What about the victim? I mean, if you're not in it for that, then why even bother?
Especially the parts that were said to them about them and him, and the parts about the notes and all that stuff, which I don't even want to repeat here. Should never have been mentioned, but that's what Critical K does. All right, let's listen to what these girls, the bulldogs, who let the dogs out?
Your hair would look like brown, or something
I'm
like that.
drinking something. That's
is that booze? Oh, are you guzzling booze? I don't know. You think you just tried to hide?
That's what it is in this non-advertised can that I actually realized I could just put a tape over it at 11 a.m.
You know what? We don't have enough. We're not even monetized. Like it's not like they're going to pull anything away from. In fact, we're helping out Sprite or whoever, 7 Up, whatever. Okay. Okay. Well, but
No, I put
wanna
wine in
talk
the can. Actually. Just, you know,
It's
it was box wine
it's
at
pure
that.
vodka.
I'm just kidding.
Oh man, these things.
Anyway,
So I did want to just realign everyone into letting you
Hang
guys
on,
know
let's
exactly
just go up
who
a little
one
bit.
cares about the missing Indigenous women in Canada or elsewhere. I became addicted to it. That I essentially work 2 full-time jobs. It's caused me a ton of stress. I
Oh my
actually,
God.
but yeah, it just goes to show that you make a comment and you think that, and I know a lot of YouTubers say this and people on social media, but we read that and we really do take it to heart. Like we're just doing our best here. And so when you make personal attacks at who we are as people, it really hurts because we
Sounds like
are
a
leading
comment
with
Wait.
good intentions.
When did we
She
make a
didn't mention
personal
it.
attack?
I
I
don't
know
know.
this can't be
It's
about
just in
us then.
case.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
I think they've been
So
actually
I guess
attacked
what
by
I did want
other
to say
people though
that
outside of
we're
our
really
YouTube.
committed to providing like raw information that we find and that people tell us so that you guys can make your own decisions.
Yeah,
So
because
although
I
that
never
must
even
be
responded to
frustrating to
her
some
text
people that we're
message.
not
So
sticking to a certain theory and our theories and speculations are always evolving, it's just the way we work. And that's something that I'm committed to as, a person with a research background.
But
So
they should have
Donna,
made sure they said speculation when
and
they
then
did that live. They never did. They never once said this is speculation.
nope. The
Or in
first
the
thing
newspaper.
the first thing that she said was that I'm just going to say this. Heidi went there. She went to the party. She took a laced Adderall and she died. And they put her in the trash compactor. I know. I told PB and J. I told Jim that on the phone tonight. I told him I didn't in the beginning. I had you pinned for the missing for being involved because of the fact of the law papers. You talking about Nerf balls, and he was kind of laughing at me.
And he said he wanted people to look at him from the beginning. And if you're going to do your due diligence, you need to look into everyone. Was
Yeah.
it sketchy at first? Yes, but we didn't stop looking at Jim and just stop there. We went on to look at everyone. And from there, we were able to decide, okay, Jim is off the table. We need to look at these other characters.
That's right.
and
It's
Damn right.
Okay, hello. I'm going to reintroduce myself real quick. My name is Dawn, and nickname Boots, and I got that name. I didn't give it to myself. I was given that name at the beginning, actually, of the Heidi Planck disappearance.
Hey,
I live
Beach Barbies.
in Southern California, and I'm.
Hey, Danielle.
I guess I'll say it. I'm 50 years old, and I play a lot of pickleball, and
Hey, Rachel.
I'm pretty active. So I originally started by going down to the actual site in downtown LA. And long story short, that's how I got my name. I've been a paralegal for 20 years.
Guys,
21 years.
really, I don't know if I can get through this.
And we handled the way we investigated cases the same way, work well together. I am not the greatest public speaker. So she does a lot of that, and she's great at that. I'm more of the dork brains, like nerd in the books. But anyway, I absolutely adore what we do. I'm passionate about it. I love our team. Our team's amazing. And I think that we will continue to make a difference.
I've got to say something. I'm sorry, Ma.
Yeah, let's pause them. This is boring. I honestly, we'll go back when they let them get a little information out, and then we'll go watch them. Let's talk about interesting things.
Yeah, these two girls are doing what I call crisis management from a risk management position, and they're digging themselves deeper. She's just admitted that she's so good at what she does when, from the legal standpoint. Well, I would sack you if you worked for me, because if you were doing that kind of due diligence as a paralegal, I'm sorry, you didn't do your due diligence. You should have checked your facts before you went live, and they didn't do that. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. But we'll get back to them. So, who on the side chat wants us help figure out what we have been getting into, guys? Because if you really want to keep up, I think you guys need to grab. And I'm not trying to sound like armed. Get your phone, get your note app, whatever. But this is about to get crazy. And we'll just talk a little bit about the timeline, Kaz, and then I want you or one of you guys to go over the new Hunter Biden situation. But
I'll leave Hunter to Carly because Carly loves Hunter.
Oh, I do not. Oh, so the
okay.
opposite of love.
So we'll talk about the personal things that Jim asked about bond. We might have to start a little thing and help Jim figure out something with bond that he asked us to help him with, but we'll tell you guys that in a little bit because it might take like a petition and a couple little things like that. He basically wants Kylie and Kaz and I to advocate for bond. So we'll see how that goes. I might have to put the weed away. Hey, Matt. I'm only kidding about the weed. So, how many hours, honestly, do you guys think that we have put into this?
Well, I know one day alone, we spent over 16 hours working on just one little detail. Guys, when I say spider webs and onion layers and I mean, she told Jim.
I told you it was like a blooming onion on the Outback table.
Like we have taken tours, like walked around blocks and streets just in LA looking for particular little things. We have dug into each person so far back in decades. We know landlords of people who may not even matter that are attached to people who might also not matter, but in the end, the connections to the people that do come into play.
Yeah, we after speaking to Jim tonight too, we asked questions and we said names to Jim. For instance, with what they want to help get bonds out of Heidi's house, and I said, "Oh, who did you contact? Asali?" And he was like, "How would you possibly know who Heidi's landlord was? I know everything, Jim, except for where Heidi is." But
that's the only one so far that we haven't cracked.
With what?
Finding Heidi.
Oh, we're gonna figure something out.
We will get it. It is nuts.
Jessica, yeah, Mo and Boots are live. They went live against our time talking about they're going to clear some. I don't know. The last message I got from Boots was the day after she dropped the article. She texted me and said something about me having no integrity, blah, 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 but I never responded to her because I don't go back and forth.
Isn't it ironic?
So let's start a little bit. So, do we know who's involved with where Heidi went? No, we don't know. But I'm going to say this Heidi went to downtown for a reason. She was at that same area last year. I know this for a fact. Now, as far as who she was going to see and what was going on, we haven't figured that out yet, but I think we're getting close. There are so many LLCs and so many businesses, and between Camden, we need to read Michael Nordgen's messages. Between Camden Capital, Arcadian Capital, Arcadian Fund, and Arcadian Investment breaks out so many layers. Now we're going to have to go into the Bank of California. 3 main players from that bank with issues have now all bond together and opened up another company. It's so many layers, guys, that this could make you completely 100% brain dead.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's how we end most lives is brain dead with headaches. It's awesome.
Let me also say
research sessions.
That Michael Nordgen, let's start with Michael Nordgen's messages exactly, because then we can take it to show you guys that they have kept this man's name. Now, Michael Nordgen used to be a man. What was it? A loaning agent, Kaz?
Yeah, he worked for Camden as a junior underneath Heidi.
Okay.
In his initial role. And then he left Camden in 2016 and went off to form Arcadian. and then he had absolutely no idea about the goings on of what we've found that has transpired.
Yeah, so we're going to keep everything short and sweet tonight as far as who the players are and how the players are connected. Because, Kaz, if we start going into detail, we could be on a 24-hour live. But the next time we go live, we have to get the boards. I'm going to get the strings, the thumbtacks, and the cork board tomorrow, because we really need to go on a live and show because how they're connecting in the time frame, especially what happened on December 17th of 21. So the first message from, well, let me first go to Arcadian Fund and show you guys what we're talking about. Now, Arcadian Fund is, you can't make this up. How would you explain it? It's an investment company for marijuana that has billions in investments. And at one point, either Camden was an investment for Arcadian or Arcadian for Camden, right? Or is that the only tie to Michael Nordgen?
Yeah, it's actually Matthew.
Matthew. I keep calling him Michael.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only to Acadian that we know of at the moment.
All right, guys. So listen, pay attention. This is going to get deep, but we're only going to give you the players' names, a little information tonight, tell you what Jim said, maybe listen to what Mo and Boots have to say. I mean, I'm not even sure I really care, but so in the beginning, because I got so thrown off, I honestly thought that Heidi was actually involved in Arcadian Fun, but Heidi's not involved in Arcadian Fun. Heidi was the manager for Camden Capital LLC, Jason Sugarman's company. And if I get something wrong, Kaz, tell me because I'm really just going on memory right now. So she started the manager in 2017, right? Or was it? Well, we'll have to look at those forms. But anyways, so this company, Arcadian Fun, is run by Matthew Nordgen, and we'll show you him in a second. He's right here. I'll go to his page in a minute, though. This is the man who we're going to read the messages from him. How long has he been out of Camden Capitals, Kaz?
I want to say it was like 7 years. I don't know where she went, but I think it's about that long.
I'm on the phone to Ross.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to see 1 second because I have a timeline of the Devon and all that crap in the thing. But okay, so he left. But I'm going to show you.
He left in 2016. Sorry, guys.
2016. You know what? I actually have a note card on this, guys. Let me open
5 years.
Notes. I got notes. I can't see chat, so give me 1
She
second.
was digging and she was our digger on Matthew Nordren. So
let me open up my note because I wrote the whole timeline on my notes, so let me find it. Just where did I put it? Let's see.
Rachel, I have to write it all down too because there is so much. And just when you think that you've hit the right rabbit hole, you have to start a whole nother section on someone else.
Yeah, we're going to show you guys what we're talking about in a minute, and you are going to be blown away because you cannot make this up. Let me find this.
Hey, Angel.
Where in God's name did I put it?
Well, I can't see your files, so I'm not much help.
1 second.
Did anyone else read the article today about the Biden situation with Heidi?
Oh, we're going to read
I'm
that.
so ready to dig into it. I just want to know if anyone else has already checked it out or if it's news to y'all.
Let me see something. Oh, I think I found it.
Yay.
No, I no, I didn't. Okay, anyways, Kaz probably remembers the dates, but
What was your question again?
my question?
Yeah, did you ask something or were you just looking for the file?
No, I was going to explain on the file. So Heidi never was a part of Arcadian Fun. Okay, so that rumor right there is completely BS, right, Kaz?
Yes, so he left Camden, Michael did, and then he went and started his own companies, which were a series of Arcadians.
So let's stay at Arcadian real quick. So Arcadian has they have 9 investors, and every single one of these companies is involved with the cannabis company. We're talking about from cannabis TV, software like what is that, Philo or Enlighten. This is the TV, one of the connections, 11.8 million funding. Another one is the Philo. No, you have the software, and then this one, Work,
Work.
a cannabis software and service. Total funding amount 23.6 million. So this is the man who left Camden. So then if we go back, let's go down to where's Michael at? People. Here he is. So this man, we're going to read his messages in a second. He runs Arcadian Fun and he runs Arcadian Investments and Arcadian Capital. Founder and CEO. This guy is a billionaire.
No, that's not her boss. They used to work together at Camden.
Yeah, we got messages from him. This man does not understand why, as of last year, I think, they still have him on their LLC form as the person in charge. And he's been gone for years. Okay, let's move on real quick, though, guys. So the next layer is Arcadian Capital. We go into no, not Arcadian. We go into where Heidi was, Camden. So we go into Camden, where Matthew supposedly left a long time ago. And let's go into the Camden Open Corporates. You guys got to pay attention. This is about to get crazy. So Camden Capitals. Now we know this. We've got Camden Capitals. Heidi Planck is the director and officer out of InCorp Services. We figured out InCorp is just a service that hires agents, right, Kaz? Nothing to do with anything.
Correct.
We got them off the
And
list.
look at that address.
The address has to be registered to the agent's office. Look at how they spelled Angeles, or their home. But we'll get into the new agent that just got signed on December 17th of this year, and her home address is a post office, which is illegal.
It sure is.
It's crazy how many times that is also popping up. Are you there?
You guys hear me?
I can now.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
so
I
much
can now.
snow, guys. So the timeline, real quick, before we bring in the second player. Kaz, why the timeline? 2013, Sugarman and Galanis, Jason's, kicked off the start of their scamming.
Yeah,
That is right.
they
Devin,
formed the framework of what they were
uh-huh.
going to do.
Devin Archer, Bevan Cooney, Hugh Dunkerdy, Peter John Galanis, Jason's father. Those two are already in jail. They pled guilty. Gary Hurst, Francisco Martin, and Michelle Morton. But when we do the board, we'll explain where they're at now and what part they've had in the past schemes. So 2014, they kicked off the Ponzi scheme, right, Kaz?
Correct.
2014 of August, they took over Hughes Capital Management LLC, Jason Sugarman and Galanis, Jason. And Jason Galanis bragged about how they were going to have control over $900 million.
Yeah.
2014, Morton, CEO at Hughes. What was Hughes again? Hughes Capital Management LLC, that 900 million one. April 2015, Jason Galanis, Jason Sugarman go into Atlantic Asset Management, and they put somebody named Michelle Morton in charge. We'll explain what happened to her too. She's in the middle of an SEC lawsuit. And then they also put Morton in charge of the Hughes Capital Management LLC. At this point, they kept Matthew Norgan, supposedly the man running things. At this point, he was already running his $1 billion Arcadian fund.
Totally clueless to the whole thing.
Totally clueless. So then we get into this article. So now we're going to jump in and connect a whole nother branch of another family, which is connected to Jason Sugarman. So this is the paper filed June 28th. Are you guys keeping up, or do we need to take a break? I think I have to potty. Hey, you're saucy. Listen, my chihuahua's snoring.
He sounds like Cuckoo.
She's like... So, are we staying? Are you guys? I know we're talking fast, but I can't be up all night tonight. So, do you guys understand where we're at? We got Jason Sugarman and Galanis starting their businesses, and we're going to tell you how Biden ties into these players. Because Hunter Biden, do I think he has anything to do with Heidi? No, but we are behind Heidi. Not only may we figure out who Heidi knew, but we're uncovering some serious
corruption.
Listen, guys, if we go missing, you guys have to say that it had to do with probably the Sugarmans or Jeffrey Siebold. So then we start digging through all of these forms, trying to figure out what is going on. There's a connection. And then we get here. And I said, girls, we got Heidi Wayne, agent for service process at 9595 Wilshire. Remember that address because it is used a lot. Camden Capitals Partners, right? Let's go back down to this one, June of 2017. I think that's the same one. Heidi, 1 second. Where is the... Here we go. January 30th, 2015. We've got Jeffrey Siebold and Jason Sugarman. The man at the bottom, I'm going to hide his name because we haven't even had time to look into him yet. So now I said, holy shit, who is Jeffrey Siebold? Now we're going to go find out who Jeffrey Siebold is.
This is a good one.
And now I'm going to leave this part up to you two because now we are going to connect.
Well, should we
wait.
Okay.
We're going to connect we're going to connect Peter Sugarman's brother.
Mhm.
Jason Sugarman's brother. We're going to bring into a player named Martise Mills. And we are going to connect Siebold, Martise Mills, Steven Sugarman, all into the Bank of California. Oh, hang on, guys. So you have to tell Kaz, not Martise yet, and not the other company yet, but just talk about the players that were in Bank of California and what they went through, and the one leaving for the BS, and then we'll bring in the other company.
All right.
And I'm going to go use the little girl's
Buckle
room.
up, guys. Buckle up.
Oh my God.
Jessica, we have receipts that would blow your mind away. After talking to Jim on the phone for 30 minutes before this live, he asked Iconic and I to contact his detective because he couldn't believe the information that we knew. But we can't give you guys everything, but we can give you the facts that's out there as public knowledge if you just completely scratch your eyeballs out. We have hours into this. I can't even tell you.
Want to find anything? You can find it if you really start looking. It just takes time and you have to go through several different routes, but you get there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but let's explain it in the littlest detail as adding them together, because then tomorrow we're going to break down the SEC charge, and then we're going to bring into the connection to the owner of that Hope and Flower penthouse and how he's connected on that fine little string into the cannabis world. I even asked Jim, if Heidi smoked weed. He's like, you know what? I don't know. All right, I'm going to go potty, guys. Here we go. So now we're going into a completely different ball game, but this ball game was going on at the same time as the other effery was going on.
Oh.
I don't have a weak bladder, Kenny. I drink 2 gallons of water a day, and I haven't peed since like 7 o'clock.
Well,
Okay, Kenny, listen, I promise. Next time I go live, I'm going to go look when my mom was here and get one of her little Depends out, and I'm just going to sit here and pee in my pants and it Depends. I'll be right back, guys.
oh my God.
Take it away, Kaz.
Wow. Okay. So we all thought Jason Sugarman was involved in different bits and pieces. And then I started looking at his older brother, Stephen, who formed, as Ma said before, the Bank, BANC, of California. Looks innocent enough. As we stated before, he got investigated by the SEC. No charges have been brought up against him for the simple reason is there's no mud that they could stick onto him. But it makes us wonder just how deep did they go into what Steven Sugarman is into, and did we go deep? How deep did we go, Iconic?
Well, I think you've dug your way halfway at least to us, and we're almost just about, I think we can meet in the middle anytime now.
Yeah, pretty much. Jason Sugarman, first of all, he gave preferential treatment to his brother in different mergers, acquisitions. That's what piqued my curiosity. So I started looking into it, and when he left, when he was forced to leave the bank in 2019, he already had this little company going on the side. And it was called the Capital, wasn't it, at first? And then he changed it to the Good Company. Ironic name. But what that is all about is, which sounds really good in its framework, is to bring affordable housing to African Americans at affordable interest rates. Fantastic, all for it. But then you start digging into, well, who are the players involved in this? And then you find a certain gentleman called Siebold. And we go, Siebold? We know Siebold. Hang on a minute. Siebold took the Bank of California to court for falsely getting rid of him while Stephen was still the CEO. Stephen got rid of him. But guess who's a director of the change company of Stephen Sugarman? Good old Seabold. Then we start seeing, well, we've also got mayors involved in this company. We've got multi-layers of high-ranking entrepreneurs
Yes.
involved in it. That's the word I'll use, entrepreneurs. And then when you start delving into these people, they become shady. And to give you all the names would be just too much information for you to think. But let's put it this way. When you put it all together, you find out that Mr. Sugarman...
Okay, slow down, Kaz. Slow down.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You are so far into that one company that you can't be there yet.
Oh, okay.
You have Stephen Sugarman.
See, there's so much. You don't know where to go.
Oh, hang on. You're saying Jason Sugarman. No,
No.
Sugarman.
I corrected myself.
Yeah, oh, okay. Sorry, I'm taking a potty. I'm like, no, Stephen.
No, I know it's
oh, shit, I didn't wash my hands. I'm only kidding.
There's about a 10-second delay, so sometimes you have to just listen just right.
Yeah, so hang on. Don't mention that one company yet, Kaz.
All right. So which one of these?
We are going to talk about Matthew real quick, but I want to get into the one more PDF on this new girl.
Oh, yes.
So,
this is extremely interesting.
So the bank situation. You know what? Talk for a second, Kaz. Let me find that note card because that note card has everything on it.
Okay. Ma was talking before about when Matthew was involved. Was Heidi involved in Arcadian? Well, the answer to that is if you pull up, and I do have the receipt for this, guys, by the way. When you pull up where is it? Let me just pull up Arcadian Capital LLC. Matthew said that sorry, there's a truck going past. Matthew said that he hadn't seen Heidi in years from 2016 when he left. But it's extremely strange that Heidi is listed as a director / Heidi Planck Wayne, correct myself, is listed as a director / officer of Arcadian Capital. Now, the only way she could have got on there is by Matthew putting her on there because he created Arcadian Capital LLC. So I want to know why now Matthew's saying that he didn't know about that, and that's not true.
Matthew, I found my note card. Matthew left Camden 2016.
Correct.
And then we've got Jeffrey T. Seabold was with Camden, and then we've got that business search on why he left, which we can go over if we want. So here, January 23rd, 2015, it was Jeff Seabold and Jason Sugarman. 2017, correct. Heidi Planck becomes the manager. December 17th, the form is just like the one we just looked at. I can find it if you don't believe me, but we have a new manager. That is Ashley Paluzzi, and her address goes to a post office box in Upton, California. Matthew left Camden 2016, started Delaware 2017, Arcadian in 2019. But this is the part. Stephen Sugarman was the CEO of Bank of California, BANC, 2010. He was the chief. What was the CF again?
He was the chief executive officer. In other words, the boss.
Yeah, 2012 to 2019. In that company also was a man that was a strategist, Martise Mills. Now here's the kicker. Jeff Seabold, Bank of California, in 2012, the bank hired a mortgage business, which is Seabold. Siebold, the executive vice president and management vice chairman, submitted a notice of termination of employment September 5th of this year. Effective immediately, the bank said today in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Office. And his article reads, I love when I keep notes.
It's almost.
Oh, thank
my
you,
semester.
PB&J. Thank you very much. Hey, hummingbirds. So, stop, share. So, hello, my new. Okay. So, Jeffrey T. Siebold, this man right here, who was involved in a controversial transaction while with Bank of California, has left the Santa Ana based bank and is suing it for wrongful termination. Now, this man, Stephen Sugarman, and Martise Mills, who you'll find out who he is in a minute, all started an organization. What Kaz said is what?
The Good Company.
The change.org. Well, maybe not change.org. So before we get into the change.org, I say Kaz should read us with her beautiful accent the messages from Matthew. Sure. Something so shady. Jim is scared. He's like, oh gosh, if we go missing, guys, I really hope you can find us.
I hope. I think PB could find us.
So here we go. This is the company now that we're going to introduce you to Martise in a minute. And then the mayor is involved. Stephen Sugarman is the big boy. And then Siebold is involved. 25 billion loans funded. You want to say anything about this company?
I wish we. Do you still have the article we had about it?
What
What was
article?
it we were reading? We were reading something into it about the Netflix and all of that.
Oh yeah, that's on one of these tabs at the bottom. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, it's on one of these tabs.
Yeah, they're
think it
definitely
was
trying to
on
have
Insights or yeah, the Netflix. Let's look at the team real quick. I know what you're talking about with the Netflix going into partners. Okay, let's meet the team. We got the mayor, Antonio. We got the actor, Chris Gardner. We've got Stephen Sugarman. And then we saw him and we were like, what? Jeff Siebold, the Bank of California corruption. And we keep looking and we keep looking, but this guy stands out to us, Martise Mills. And wouldn't you know it, he comes from Bank of California too. And he's got some shady properties.
Oh my goodness.
Weird properties.
It doesn't make sense.
Oh, it doesn't make sense. And they are being funded by a big bank in San Francisco, which we're still digging into. But this man, I don't know why he stood out to me, but I keep looking at him and thinking he kind of looks like Naeem.
Yeah, you did say that.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm not saying he's the one that Heidi was seeing, but the more you dig, the more you see these players, and then the Devin Archer and was it Gary Hurst involved with the Biden?
That was Devin Archer.
Devin Archer, and there was another one. I said Devin Archer. I thought it was
It might have been Hurst.
or Hurst.
Hugh Dunkerley.
Hugh Dunkerty or some weird name like that.
We all say it differently. I need to look that one again.
It's Dunkertey. Dunkertay. Tay Tay. So there is the careers. Where is that? Insights, maybe? Press. There was something about the Netflix. I think this. Oh, there it is. There you go.
Yes. So Black home ownership. The Change Company welcomes Chris Gardner to its board. The Change Company names Mayor Antonio Villarreal. I have no idea how to say that. Board chair, and the Capital Corps rebrands to the Change Company.
Jessica, we spoke to Jim prior the live for like close to a half an hour, and he actually wants us to contact the detective working on Heidi's case because he can't. Some things we can't tell you tonight because he wants us to talk to the detective. But when we can, we will. But there's a lot of weird connections. We are still digging.
There's a lot to break down.
We're gonna reach out to Matthew Norgin and see if maybe he can come talk about the forms, and he's a billionaire too. I wonder if he can hook us up with a little cannabis company stocks. Let me get $1 million stock, Matthew. Unless they're using his name somehow because of all of the money that he's making in his investments. Like his company is sick. But yeah, this company's got billions of dollars, and we ask, who is funding this capital, this company?
Yeah, because how much was it that their company cost to start up? They were already giving out billions worth of loans.
25 billion plus loans funded, 100,000 borrowers, 1 billion in total assets.
Yeah, so where did that money come from was our next question.
Oh, we're getting there. And it's amazing, though. The most amazing part is that just from Googling, just from searching Heidi and her company and what would bring her down to that location, and then the rumors about somebody resembling Naeem, I thought maybe she's dating a black guy that maybe now I'm kind of thinking maybe comes into town, considering she was there last year. Her friend picked her up. The friend that was she the good friend or the bad friend? That even though we're going to talk about that in a minute, the one that supposedly picked her up at the building last year, was she one of the two that Jim does not like, or was it the good one, Nicole?
He likes Nicole.
No, but I'm saying when the rumor was that one of Heidi's friend picked her up last year at the Hope and Flower, who was the friend that supposedly picked her up?
Was it Lauren? You're asking the wrong brain here.
Interesting. Something's going on.
Yeah,
What else
definitely,
on
though,
the
with your
information
girlfriend or
that we have? Let me check my notes. He's suing the bank. Jeffrey C. I couldn't believe when I saw him on the chair for that company. I was mind blown.
Yeah, I was too. When Kaz told me, I about fell down.
And then
Because
Marquise.
they also
Go ahead.
own her house. They also own her house through the Bank of California.
But the owner of her house is Asali.
When did they own? Refresh my memory on that one, please.
See, that's what I never, the only connection I ever found to Heidi in that house was the fact that the address to that's why I think that's why people thought that it was connected was because of the address. But we now know that the agent has to have their home address on the forms. It can't be a P.O. box. It
You're
can't
right.
be anything else. But the new one on the form, can I possibly find her form? The Palooza girl, she's using an address that goes to a post office box.
And that's a big no-no.
A super no-no. It's like against all SEC regulations. You can read it right there. They cannot have a PO box. It
Cannot.
has to be an office building registered to the company or a home address.
And some of the post offices that these buildings or businesses are linked to, again, all no-nos. They're not even good post offices. They're like hole in the walls inside of gas stations. Like it's not. I don't understand.
No, Benson. No, Benson. We have like so many. We have three connections colliding here. Listen, we've got we got the three amigos at the change that came from Bank of California, and they've all seemed to have issues leaving the bank. The big one is Sugarman, Stephen. Then on the other side, we've got Jason Sugarman at Camden Capitals, who's using Matthew's name still and
Right.
Heidi's name still as the manager until 3 days ago he signed on a new woman named Paluzzi who was using an address in I forget what city, a PO, a freaking post office. Then we've got the company Arcadian that Matthew is now running, that Matthew used to supposedly work with Heidi, which he said, but he left years ago. He is $1 billion cannabis company. Now, the connection to the Hope and Flower and Sabrina and all of them is cannabis company.
Bingo.
Sabrina owns Pretty Heiko. It's a cannabis. She owns so many freaking things, I don't know. Then you've got the dispensaries coming out in the building. And supposedly Heidi was seen there with a black man that resembled Naeem walking the dog. I believe all that. I do not believe she went to that party unless she just stopped in. Another thing. Now, why don't you get into what Jim said? I'm going to go grab something to drink and listen to you guys, but mic down because I actually came out and asked Jim if Heidi smoked weed. But I was professional. I didn't say, yo, Jim, did Heidi smoke weed?
Anything specific I should go with, or just
Go
everything?
with the conversation about the buildings because we're thinking we know this. We got the dispensaries. We've got those freaking crazy Yelp pictures with the dog turds and the fur. People able to get in there. We've got Lily renting out those units in a night. We've got the supposed. Let's not forget the supposed party happened in Miggy's penthouse. We'll call him Miggy in Miggy's penthouse, but Miggy must have somebody renting that penthouse or able to have parties there. But then you have to say, was Heidi at that party? Jim swears she wasn't. I don't know if she was. Don't mention what was about the car yet, though, till I get back. What was in the car?
Okay.
But you can say anything else. Wait, we'll tell what was in her vehicle. Kenny just read my mind. We'll tell you that in a second, Kenny, because we do know.
Can I just talk about the like Bond's kind of trust situation?
You can tell about Jim wanting us to advocate for Bond. Tell him everything
Okay,
except
I would
for
like to talk
what
about
was
that.
found in the car, the landfill, the detective. What else did he say? About the two girls he doesn't like, all of that stuff that we can talk about.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will start with him discussing Bond with us. So he did say Bond is doing incredibly well right now. He's doing great in school. He's got a great demeanor about him. So very resilient little boy. But he's very upset with the fact that he feels like no one is advocating for Bond right now. As far as it goes, you know, Jim is a wealthy man. He can take care of Bond, but for Bond's sake, there are things that Bond needs from his mother still. So one thing that they're trying to do is get into the property. He wants to be able to have access to Bond's mail. He wants to have access to a few of Heidi's things because, you know, as Bond gets older, he's going to want to look at those things and have them so he can have a part of his mother. Well, there is a friend, maybe more of a foe. I don't know if I can say that name right now. We've talked about it, but she might want me to wait for her. So that friend is in the ear of the person who owns the house, Asali, telling him Jim cannot get his hands on this. He just wants Heidi's stuff so he can make money off of her belongings. He doesn't need in here, et cetera, and making it pretty much impossible. And so he's trying to be able to just get that aspect taken care of alone. And then when it comes to the car, that's racking up $300 a day. Apparently $60,000 is still owed on it. And by the time they get it back, anything that the car is worth, which he says he estimates to be about $40,000, there's not going to be anything left for Bond to have a trust from that money. And so he's kind of disappointed for Bond again. And because of not having any proper paperwork and all of that to take over the estate or anything, right now there's nothing really he can do except for rely on the police to help push this into fruition. So he's really hoping that we will advocate for Bond and that we can help be a voice. Maybe we can start a petition. Maybe we can push something on our end. I think we have a lot of great minds here. We could figure something out. But for Bond, he needs a team. And I think we're all here together, a good team. Let me read some of these comments real quick. I don't know if he's a millionaire, but he is very, very wealthy. He was head of a very large hair, I don't know if it's a salon or he's a big guy in the hair world.
Big money. Thank you, ladies, very much, Pamela and Lanky. Pamela, good to see you. And then what else did he say? I asked if he smoked weed. He said she didn't know. We talked about the Sabrina.
Yes. We already discussed the landfill situation.
Yep, the landfill got the rain. And I said, well, God, we even spoke about that, Jim and I and her. It was like, could you imagine the people having to go through that landfill? Oh, my gosh.
We did discuss the car. We did discuss what was found and what wasn't found. If you want to talk about that, I'm not sure.
I will say there was something found in the car that we cannot talk about, but there was a purse that was not found in the car. So that tells me when I explained why I'm asking that question, I said, Jim, we know where she was walking. Let me go ahead and pull that alley up while we're talking.
Oh, wait, while you're doing that, I forgot one part of the situation with Heidi's stuff in her house. So that friend and foe, while she's telling the landlord or owner that he should have no access because she doesn't want him to sell her stuff, she is in the ear of actual friends of Heidi who talked to Jim, saying that she is actually trying to get her own hands on Heidi's possessions. So I don't know what you would call that other than shady.
Kenny, the car is sitting impounded in a lot, and he's paying $300 a day.
It's no longer in evidence.
And it's no longer in evidence because I said, Jim, maybe they're holding it for, evidence in a investigation, and he said no. And the two girls, Jim does not like Danielle, and he does not like Nicole.
Oh, it's Natalie.
Natalie
is the name.
Natalie. And those happen to be the two girls that were out with the candles and the protest and the signs and stuff, which is very strange. She was also the one that had the key to Heidi's place. If we don't, let's not forget this. Let's not forget this woman had a key to Heidi's place.
Or was that the
Danielle?
new?
So Danielle went to the place, saw that the laptop and the cell phone were there. Jim met, they left, and then she brought the phone to Jim. So Jim still has that original phone. I'm not sure at this point if it's a business phone or a whatever phone. But there's another phone that we'll talk about later, and there's a phone and a purse that's missing. So that tells me Wherever she was going, she was not running in. She was actually maybe walking the dog, but let's go have a look again at where that camera actually picked her up, because it wasn't at the alley at Hope and Flower. It was across the street.
And I'll also say that it wasn't Natalie or Danielle that I'm speaking about in terms of the house situation. This is a totally other person.
Completely different
Before
person.
I make any of you think that it was either of them, it's not.
We can't talk about any of that real quick, though. So let's go have a look real quick. Where she was found. Well, not found, but where she was walking. Good old Iconic found this one. She was like Inspector Gadget.
Well, the problem is they took the
Oh,
photo from the street in 2021, but then the picture of the alley is from like 2018, 2015, a long time ago. So it's two totally different perspectives of the same alley, and it's very different.
I know, but look at how crazy this is. I can actually look right here and go, look at, there's the Flower, there's the Hope across the street, there's the USC building. That's scary.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where
Okay,
Lipton is?
wait. So let's get back down here. Oh, maybe I'm lost again. Where was this, the alley? Let's find this alley real quick where she was.
I know it's confusing, Veggie. This is a crazy case.
But it seems like now, oh, there's the Staples Center, that the only connection to, there's Olive, like I live here or something. Where is that alley? Okay, so here's Hope.
It's an L shape.
Here's 11. I know, but they couldn't build it straight. Like, look at, this is north, south, east, and west. Look at how they built the buildings. All right, it's down here somewhere. Here's the UC building where Miss Sabrina has her business on the 10th floor. So we know the alley is right around here somewhere. There's the Hope and Flower. It's right here. There's the Hope and Flower. That's where you drive in to go to the valet parking. And this February 2021. This is the alley. But now, guys, listen. It changes dates when we go down the alley, but this is the alley.
There's some indicators that'll
Here's
help you
the
figure that out.
gates. That's the building that now has changed color. This is all graffiti different, but this is the building. And she's walking right about, wouldn't you say right about here?
Yes.
So she's walking right about here. And as you can see from this view, that's the Hope, that's the Flower being built, or the Hope, whichever one. It's not even built yet.
This
But
whole
if we come
alley
out,
changed.
yeah, we come out to the main street and we look back. This is where she was coming out, right here. So she's looking up back at this building, and at one point, I think Iconic, she's walking this way.
Correct. Towards the bridge.
Towards the other condo that Miggy owns, that owns the penthouse in this building. 727, whatever street that was, which will be on our whiteboard and our string board. What was she doing? Okay, so if the purse was not found in the car, right? The purse was with her wherever she went.
Correct.
Was she somewhere visiting where her purse was up at someone's place? You wouldn't leave your purse at a party, so she's not leaving her purse at that stripper party. And you're just walking your dog, but where is the grass to walk your dog unless you're going out for a little walk? Because all she's carrying is her mask. So where's the purse while she's walking the dog, probably in the apartment of the person she's visiting. I'm going to figure it out. The connection's coming. Martise, you better not be cheating on your wife, buddy, because I'm watching you. There's a
I don't know if
connection.
we have enough eyes right now.
Thank you, hummingbird. Thank you. Whiteboard money, honey. Oh, I'm going tomorrow to get. I have the cork board. She's doing the whiteboard. I'm doing strings and pictures to connect the timelines of what's going on. There's so many LLCs. Even Martise owns. What's the name of Martise's LLC?
Oh, Jesus.
Let's go look into Martise LLC real quick.
There's so many LLCs right now, I can't even count. Miguel has like 50 on his own.
The guy up here that owns the penthouse, supposedly where that party went down, that man right there, he owns that building. He owns a building in the direction that Heidi was walking to that's owned by Famama, right? Famama that closed down those little convenience stores.
Yeah, Fumamu.
Yep. And then we have to remember Arcadian is all marijuana. We got to think about the dispensaries inside of the building. But you have to ask yourself, did Heidi go there or did the dog just happen to be brought into that building or someone? I mean, it's the weirdest thing with the dog. That's the only connection of Heidi being in that building, considering the alley that she was walking in. What do you guys think about the fact that her purse is missing, the car is found, the purse is not in the car, and if you want me to put the video on and refresh your memory, she is coming out of this alley on that surveillance camera with 7 with a mask in her hand, wearing the same clothes that she was wearing at the soccer game that she left at 4:30 p.m. from Downey.
From Downey, yes. And then
How
also
do-
it was
How
time.
do I remember this stuff? My gosh. Kenny, considering that he can't really tell us that, maybe the detective will when we talk to him, but considering that Jim figured out that we knew that this was the alley and not the Hope and Flower, I got a feeling that the car was parked back here somewhere off this way. But the dog is not going to cross the street and just go like dun dun and come up here and go, "Hi, can you guys open the door and let me go to the 28th floor?" Someone brought that dog into this building. Is Heidi in the walls of all of these empty stores? And I checked for a basketball game. The Lakers were not in town that weekend. The only thing that was going on is Disney on Ice for 3 days. Okay, what else are we missing? I know it's a lot, girl.
It is a lot.
If you
We can
guys
go in a
like,
lot of different directions.
if you guys like to dig and you want to start, I mean, it's just crazy.
We started looking into one person and it led us to so many more, and they all connect back to each other.
So now we're gonna let her. What article do you want me to pull up for you on your Biden situation? Her and I don't agree on this, but I'm gonna let her have her
I don't
platform.
necessarily think he's involved. I just think that
Hummingbird does.
It's shady. I think he is a dirty dumpster barrel human, and
I agree.
it figures.
Now I think he's got some shady stuff going on with all of these LLCs and this money thing, but I do not think he has anything to do with Heidi's disappearance. But is he involved and we might uncover stuff? Listen, if we go missing, guys, you know that we were taken either by Seabold, a Sugarman, or
I mean, you're still looking at Marquise, so
it's weird because I've always been saying I just have a feeling that she was going there, and now I'm to the point where I do not believe that the person she was visiting there is a resident there of a long term. I think she goes and he might come into town. We definitely know he's not coming in from the LLC in Palm Beach because those guys are what, fishermen? Yeah, sail yachting, a yachting company. But Martise, let's look at Martise real quick. So this is the alley she was walking in, completely across the street. It's a big difference because we actually thought that she was walking, and we're going to show you, not to mention the Litco down this road down here. We thought she was somewhere like back in here and then walking this way towards the Hope and Flower. That's what we thought until Iconic's eagle eyes. I said, you know what, girls, get in the car. Let's go for a drive around Los Angeles. And we went down this road, and she was like, she was so mad she was ready to leave the conversation.
I did for a minute.
Look at the windows. I said, okay, girl, hang on.
The windows, but most specifically that pipe coming out of the wall. You just can't replicate that. And the same color.
Yep. And I went back and played the video, and as soon as I saw that wrought iron fence and we lined up the shape of those one windows, you couldn't, there's no, and Jim confirmed it tonight, so. You see the parking lines when she's walking up, everything. It's just right there. And then our new player, well, two new players. This one right here, Martise Darnell is that's it, girl. KM Enterprises, and here we go. And tell them about this man's addresses.
So, I mean, I wish you would pull them up on Google Maps, but to have this,
we'll do that in the next live. We're gonna map it out.
You would think with millions and millions and millions, if you were in real estate, you would probably buy decent to more upscale properties to sell. These are very, very shady places. I don't know how to
maybe trap house shady places, guys. And here you are building new foundations for people to get on your feet. Yeah, something's weird. We're gonna figure this out. We're so close. But I'm not gonna say what this man's wife's name. He is definitely married, and he seems to be happily married. I don't know if he has anything to do with knowing Heidi, but
and not only that, but some of the apartments.
My description.
Some of them are just individual units in a whole apartment complex too, which I find weird because he's not living there. I don't understand. It's just kind of weird. You'll see in the next live.
This place is falling apart. You guys, I'm not going to do it over tonight, but you guys saw the pictures from the Yelps with the turds and the weed and the screws falling out. The windows are loose. I mean, my gosh, the window man almost fell out of the window, and the helicopter had to come get him. It's just a real shady building. They have weed dispensaries. They rent these places out by the night, including the penthouse. We can totally go tours, lilypad.com. Then they run, let's not forget about the level that they run where you can rent those nightly. And they mysteriously put you into one of the Hope or Flower buildings. Yep.
Very
it's a party
interesting.
place. It's a party place with a lot of weed. I mean, just the marijuana stogies all over the balconies. Eggs, screws, panels lifting, windows falling out. A girl got beat up in her apartment. Someone sent a stripper up to her floor with their FOD key to beat her ass, and she was completely beat up.
And they're getting onto their tenants saying that they lose their privileges to certain amenities they have, but meanwhile they're renting them out to celebrities to use as fashion shoots. And that's really what's going on.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get out there, take a trip out to California and see Sherry for about 5 days. Hopefully Heidi will be found by then, but I still want to check out what's going on in that building. I'm just gonna go buy me some weed. Be like, hey,
Got lots of options there.
yes, they are PB and J. Jim told us on the phone that they're having some delays at the beginning because of permits. The permits got situated, and everything with Jim is being held back by legal actions. The car, the Asali, the owner of the house, who is another ball game. Like we, we'll show you on the board, guys. There's a lot of players, and I've been looking for. I don't know why, but I've been looking for a black man. I just feel that she is dating someone that might come in. I keep slipping and saying Miami for some reason. We know a couple of people that do go to Miami. I've seen the pictures of the airplane flying in from their Instagram pages. So it's like, oh my gosh, there's a Miami connection. But I also don't want to get killed, and it's these players are that big. So
You
what
want
else?
a side? They want a side by side picture of the video scene, if possible.
What video scene?
I think of her walking in the alley, but they didn't specify.
No, I have the one. Let me get the one. I don't know why this camera on my laptop is like that. I actually think the last time my youngest was here, she probably dropped it. Um, okay, I do have the one with Heidi walking where you can see she's in that alley. But if you want to send me the second one of her looking up, you're going to have to send it to me on Discord because let me see if I can find it in history. One sec. God, my history on her is crazy. And we've actually reached out. I don't know. Hummingbird reached out to a couple of the Yelp people. I'm not sure if any of the Yelp people got back to us. I have this one. You always know you've been to the website when the font is like 500 large. Let's see.
I'm trying to scroll back in Discord on the
Come on,
laptop.
guys. Yeah, let's figure out this
Put it on my phone.
ring. I think we can solve this together. So get into the Discord, guys. And if you're not in Discord, come in because we do share a lot of crime stuff in the rooms.
This is KCAL9 News at 10 o'clock, also streaming on CBS in Los Angeles. Our top story, you're about to see new security video of a missing West Side mother recorded on the night that she mysteriously vanished.
Well, tonight, investigators hope the video will help them find out what happened to Heidi Planck. KCAL9's Stacey Butler has
So they want to see the video, and then they want to see the alley.
The alley we just showed them?
Yeah, where she was
Okay.
walking.
Okay. One sec. You're talking about the one I just showed.
The L alley that she was walking towards the bridge. They just kind of want to compare it so they can see how it lines up.
The one that we just saw after this one.
Belief. The LG Signature OLED R, the world's first and only rollable TV. There's an LG OLED for everyone.
This is KCAL9 News at 10 o'clock, also streaming on CBS in Los Angeles. Our top story, you're about to see new security video of a missing West Side mother recorded on the night that she mysteriously vanished.
Well, tonight, investigators hope the video will help them find out what happened to Heidi Planck. KCAL 9's Stacey Butler has the story you'll only see here on KCAL 9.
You're looking at never-before-seen security tape of Heidi Planck walking her dog downtown LA. Less than an hour after she left, walking her dog downtown. Security tape of Heidi Planck walking her dog downtown LA. Less than an hour after she left her son's football game in Downey. It's October 17th. She's walking into the alley behind the Hope and Flower building, where her dog was found wandering the 28th floor.
Yeah, they don't even know where she was walking. Did you see that where they said she was walking on down the alley? Look at this.
Hours later, building where her
No.
dog was found wandering the 28th floor hours later.
Her dog didn't get downtown on her own, so this video has just kind of given us confirmation that hovering around that area these last 3 weeks has been the right place to be. Now we know for a fact she was down there. That's the first real evidence.
This is the bad one.
Until we obtained this video from a resident in downtown LA, police listed the 39-year-old West Side mom missing out of Downey. She was seen leaving her home in Palm Sunday afternoon on her way to her son's game. She left that game at halftime with her dog and was never seen again. Heidi's friends are hopeful this new lead, placing her downtown, could bring a break in the case.
Encouraged. Seems like that.
Okay. Let's see something. Let me see if we can get that map back up. Let me see something. I'm going to have to share my whole screen, guys, so I'm not going to be able to see comments.
Can we go back and show the black car? I think possibly in just a second we could do that.
All right, where is the other one? Okay. All right, let me get back into this alley. Where am I? All right, where am I? Let's see.
And remember, guys, once you get to a certain portion, it does change just a little bit. So you have to look for little indicators because it's one of the pictures is from years ago before the building was even built.
Yeah, when you go into the alley, it changes. But if you stay outside of the alley, is this the alley? Yes. See, if you stay out here and you look, you can see the building. The color of the building here is brown. This is green. And if you really look, this is one landmark on the still picture is that building in the back.
And that bridge.
And then, yep. And then when she's walking, look at Kahi. I like him. Okay. But then I think what you're seeing at the end of this building when she's coming out is this building right here. This part of the building. Maybe. Let's have a look again. So let's get back down into the alley. Remember, it's going to change drastically once we get in here.
But that video we saw with the other lady walking down the alley, when she stopped right there on that green building, you could see the pipes and everything, and the color of the building are still the same.
Yep, and the door that opens. Where was that? I think it might be a little different because that door opens.
A little ugly door
right here.
Yeah.
This is the door that opens in the alley from Boots, which we'll show you. Boots. Oh, we can show them the Boots video too because that's the door that was. And they're making a drug deal. Oh my gosh!
Who made a drug deal?
But in this one. Let me see something. You see the color of this building on the right with the. You see the building right there? It's right there. Look. Look. You see right here?
There you go.
You see right here? You see how it's got the grate right here to the left? And you can see this is different now because right past this building back there is the building with these crazy little windows. Because look, when you come out, it turns just like that. You see? There is no doubt she's in that alley. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's right there on the right. You got the red leasing sign right here. And you got the red leasing sign right there. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
It's the building. It's exactly where she's at. You can't tell me otherwise.
I mean, I fought you on it for at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, you did. I gave it to you. You did. Because you know what messed me up was Iconic nailed it. Was changing like every time we would go in, it would change to that old year. So I was like, oh, I don't know. But then after I got into the alley, and I mean back out and came back around, and I saw the great fence, and then went back to the video of Boots. So let's get onto Boots video real quick, and we'll show you exactly what we're talking about. And then anything else? Think about what else you want to say because I am going to wrap it up. We're going to be busy tomorrow. And I know you have company coming in tomorrow.
Yep. It's going to be a busy day.
Yeah, so you're going to have to take a nap because we're going to have to do our boards we'll just go live for about an hour tomorrow night. What am I looking for? But I really want to finish it with what Puss in Boots. Alan Boots said. Go into that real quick. We can just speed them up. But real quick, what am I looking for?
The alley video.
There it is. I'm looking for the folder it's in. All right, here we go.
Hey, Kaz.
Let me share my screen. Yeah, Kaz is going to have to get a board too. But what we'll do is we'll have a Facebook meeting. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, hang on. Let me pause that.
And we have book club tomorrow. We'll probably do both. Once my guest gets here, they're going to be passed out.
What time is your guest getting there?
I would say around 5.
So maybe we can do the live in the afternoon tomorrow.
I would say around 10 your time, I'll be free.
It's better at night because then everybody will be hanging out and you can do your own thing.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, we'll do the same time. But we have book club at 10, so we'll do book club for an hour and then we'll come right to the live. If that man's voice doesn't put me to sleep because it's so soothing. Okay. So this is the video that Boots sent to me, which I really did appreciate. But so now you're going to see that she's in the alley where she was, and you'll see it's the exact same thing that we just showed you. So here we go. And then you'll see the girl come out. You see the windows now. That building it's painted white now. That was what threw me off. And you're like, that's the building.
It is. They got a different door.
And there's the
door. Added one.
The door is different. You're absolutely correct.
But then you see those little pipes on the left.
But what you need to look at to completely show you that it's the place is that bridge and the big tall building in the back, which completely lines up. I can show them again. Let me get the bridge one more time and show you. But anyways, that's where Boots was. It wasn't even where Heidi was. But we know for a fact that was the alley that the camera picked her up and Jim basically confirmed it without confirming it. So there's no question about that. Okay, so what else? We've got, let's do a recap. Let's see if I can do this real quick. So we've got a scheme started in 2013, kicked off in 2014. We involved Hughes Capital Management for $900 million. That was run by Galanis and Sugarman. We'll get into their players, what they're doing now, and what charges they got, what they pled to. And then we've got into the Atlantic Asset Management, and then Michelle Morton was in charge of both of those, and Hughes Capital Management run by Sugarman, Jason, and probably Seabold, but who knows. And then we've got, what was else? We've got the Bank of California with those three players that left with weird circumstances that now have all combined to start the change.org. And now Biden. Which one do you want me to put out for you?
Oh, Lord. I guess the Daily Mail is the newest article.
All right, let's see if that Daily Mail is going to drag me down. The spam on those Daily Mails. All right, let me see. What did Kaz said? Oh, wait. Okay, Kaz. I see what you said. Okay, look, keep us posted. What am I looking? You want me to put the? Wait. No, that's information for tomorrow. Mail online. Hunter Biden did business.
Hold on, I'm looking back in my Discord so I can see. Yeah, the Hunter Biden email cover-up. I think that's right. Yeah.
I got Hunter Biden did business with missing mom. That one or no?
It. Yeah, I sent an extra article to Kaz. You're right.
Let me make it bigger.
Exclusive. Hunter Biden did business with missing mom Heidi Planck's fraudster boss, who was director of the financial firm that pitched multi-million-dollar deals to the president's son, Chinese partners in 2015, emails reveal.
Hey, Polly.
This is a big article, so I might not read that and just get straight into it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big article.
It's big.
Big letters.
Missing California mother Heidi Planck's boss was in business with Hunter Biden in China. Planck, an accountant for accused fraudster financier Jason Sugarman, disappeared in Los Angeles on October 17th. As we know, the vanishing led police to question Sugarman, who was under investigation by Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) for an alleged $43 million of fraud. A SWAT team has raided Planck's house and police
Your voice just went out, girl. You might want to go back out and come back in. Oh, Jess, I hope Jess, once that daughter finally went to sleep 3 days straight. So I'm going to bed. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Oh, good night, Jess. I'm glad your daughter finally got to sleep.
Okay, better?
Yeah.
Okay. A SWAT team has raided Planck's house and police have combed through a landfill for her remains, but her mystery disappearance remains unsolved. Planck's ex-husband believes the financier knows more about her disappearance than he has told detectives. Daily Mail can now reveal emails from Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop, which show Sugarman worked on a multi-million-dollar deal with the president's son and his Chinese business partners in 2015. Emails obtained by DailyMail.com show Hunter Biden was working closely with Jason Sugarman, Wright, and the accused fraudster boss of missing mom and accountant Heidi Planck. Heidi Planck, 39, has not been seen since October 17th, with the shadowy links between her boss and unsavory characters sparking further alarm about her fate. Hunter's long-term friend and business partner in his controversial deals with the Chinese, Devin Archer, was convicted for his involvement in the $43 million grift for which Sugarman is currently under investigation. Do you want me to read the email? Okay. In January 2015, email shows Archer forwarded to Hunter. He introduced his Burnham partner, Jason Sugarman, to Hunter's Chinese partner, Jonathan Lee, arranging a meeting at the Bohai Harvest offices in Beijing. The communication shows Sugarman was a director and key shareholder of Burnham Financial Group, which pitched a deal to Hunter's Chinese business partners in 2015, brokered by the president's son. Hunter later tried to distance himself from the Burnham company after some of its executives were charged with a complex, fraudulent scheme using Native American bonds, the scheme for which Sugarman is now under investigation by the SEC. Planck's ex-husband, Jim Wayne, has told Daily Mail he believes Sugarman knows more about the October disappearance of his Los Angeles accountant and bookkeeper than he's letting on. The answer to Heidi's whereabouts lie with her boss, Jason Sugarman, and his company. And Heidi knows Jason, or all of Jason and the company's secrets.
Rachel's asking you, so he worked with Sugarman, not directly with Heidi. Who?
Correct. Biden.
Who? Biden?
Biden.
Yeah, this started back in 2009. Heidi came into on the scene with Camden in 2017. Here's Cass.
So going back in time a little bit.
Yeah, so it's all a connection, and it's a weird connection. Like I said, do I think that Biden might have part of some Ponzi scheme going on with all these investment companies? And we have a whole new bank that we haven't even scratched the surface on that is funding the Change Company that happens to live in the same town as Naeem. You can't make this up.
And as a very wise woman has once said, sometimes to know what's going on, you have to go all the way back to the beginning for it to actually make sense. So this is just a little bit of time traveling and putting pieces together. Heidi knows all of Jason and the company's secrets. She knows where the bones are buried. Planck worked as a financial controller overseeing all employees involved in the accounting process at Camden Capital Partners, LLC, where Sugarman is a managing partner. She has not been seen since October 17th, when she left abruptly in the middle of her son's football game. The intrigue around her boss has sparked further alarm about her fate. Last month, investigators began combing through a landfill of North Los Angeles, where the refuse... That doesn't make
sense. That's all what we all know.
Okay.
What else do you want me to say about Biden?
We haven't even gotten to the parts about Biden. It's nuts.
We know this is everything that with the schemes. Oh, here you go.
Okay. Hunter's long-term friend and business partner in his controversial deals with the Chinese, Devin Archer, was convicted for his involvement in the same grift in 2018. Ever since, Hunter and his lawyers have sought to play down his involvement, claiming Archer and the others put his name on brochures for the scheme without his knowledge, and that he cut his ties as soon as he found out what was going on. But emails obtained by Daily Mail show Hunter was working closely with both Archer and Sugarman at the time on a major deal between their company, Burnham, and Hunter's Chinese business partners' funds for Bohai Harvest, BHR. In January 2015,
Oh, shit. Wait a second. That's a new player.
I told you.
Wait a second. Oh, my little radar just went on. Burnham
I had all of this wrote down. I told Jim about it.
Oh, here's a new one. Let me copy and get this on my... This is like playing the memory game. Okay, girl, sorry. I just had to say something.
You're good.
My little radar was like, no. New player in the house.
I messaged Kaz earlier. I was like, I'm screaming. In a January 2015 email, which Archer forwarded to Hunter, he introduced his Burnham partner Sugarman to Hunter's Chinese partner, Jonathan Lee, arranging a meeting at the BHR offices in Beijing. You were both close friends of mine and partners in my core holdings and initiatives moving forward, Archer wrote. Jonathan Lee is the CEO of BHR and the fearless leader of the team. Jason is a board director of Burnham and the other key shareholder along with me in the business.
I don't know, Sherry. I'm going to think positive. I think they may find her, but I don't know if she is alive. Okay, we'll get into those emails later. But you can do that part. But yeah, James Bulger too.
The president's son's pivotal role in the deal was laid out in an email from one of his business partners, James Bulger, which we keep hearing that name, in October 2014.
Thornton Group LLC. Harvest Berman. Oh, this was in 2016 to Henry Zale. Henry Hunter. Oh, goodness gracious. Hello, Jim. Okay.
In March 2016, Hunter wrote to Zhao confirming the deal Bohai Burnham went through. I am so glad to hear that we have concluded our joint venture between Harvest and Burnham, Hunter wrote. Hunter met with Sugarman and other Burnham executives in April of that year and later hosted Bohai's management in his DC office to discuss their deal. The president's son's pivotal role in the deal was laid out in an email from one of his business partners, James Bulger, in October 2014. Henry Zhao, a Bohai executive, we believe, is still interested in doing the JV joint venture deal if a fair evaluation of Burnham can be agreed to and if you, as a deal maker, are inside Burnham, Bulger wrote to Hunter. He asked Hunter to tell Zhao that you look forward to meeting him, quote unquote, in the US. You are very keen on getting the Harvest Burnham platform set up. Henry holds you in a very high regard, Hunter, so you bringing up these two important points and expressing your commitment to his joint venture is of high importance to us all, Bulger added. An email Hunter wrote 2 months later suggests his role in the deal continued apace. Henry, it is great to catch up with you and discuss the Burnham business in detail last week in New York, Hunter wrote. I hope having Jason Sugarman and Andrew Godfrey explain the business and how it will all work together was informative.
Okay, so something interesting on that too is there's just so many players that get involved in this.
The more you dig, the more you find.
Go ahead, and we'll tell you all about Archer tomorrow because we know about all of the players that played the game, and most of them sang like a little birdie, huh, Kaz? Tweet, 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 tweet.
I know Devin and Jim will be in Beijing.
What happened to Kaz? Oh, okay, she's ignoring. Hey guys, sorry, Kaz is ignoring all of you guys. Don't take it seriously or have any hard feelings about it.
I know Devin and Jim will be in Beijing in early January. That might be a good time for another meeting to discuss this matter and determine a path forward. A 2014 slide deck presentation prepared for the Chinese investors lists Sugarman as a director at Burnham Financial Group and Archer as a managing partner and director. After nothing that optics matter to win banking business, the deck alluded to Hunter's role in the deal in a one bullet point, H-biter, broker-dealer, tuck under enhances relationships. Okay. Archer further explained Hunter's proposed involvement in a July 2014 email saying the deal would involve Burnham buying Hunter's financial firm, Rosemont Seneca. Basic idea is fund an acquisition of 6 billion AUM PPLI business through a consolidated Burnham, which would buy our BD as a subsequent, what we are calling strategic H-bite and tuck-in, Archer wrote. Looks like a great plan, Hunter replied. According to Sherwin's email to Hunter, the president's son reported earning $166,666, wow, that's scary, from Burnham on his 2015 tax return. There's the black car, Matt.
It's definitely going to prove that he definitely probably has some ties. There's so many LLCs. There are so many people that are put in charge of things like Michael Norton. Hopefully we can speak to him tomorrow and we'll just ask him if we can record the phone call because he doesn't know anything about the case anyways, the information that he can give us. And find out, because there's just so many companies that connect. The only connection between Arcadian to Camden is the fact that they've used Matthew Norgin on their paper still for some reason. Like, why are you? Very strange.
All very
And
strange.
the 3 players from Bank all coming together into the change org. And it just so happens that there's players on both sides that are connected as the Sugarmans. But we have a lot more. It would be way too long of a live tonight to go into you on the player board and the times that everyone started intertwining and when Heidi came into play and what was
We will
going
get
on.
there.
And
We
it's a
will
lot.
lay it all out for you. It just takes time. It took time.
Yeah. And now we just need to get it on the board because the timeline's been started and almost we got like probably half the timeline done today.
Matt is asking where that black car is. Kaz found that spot. She could probably elaborate because she made sure to point that out when she realized where it was. But I'm not sure if she's here at the moment. So
Wait, what black car?
right there in the article behind Heidi.
Oh, the Jag?
Yeah, we found that spot. Kaz figured out where it was, but I don't remember exactly myself.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Where she's looking up. Okay, so should we go ahead and see what Mo and Boots have to say real quick?
Yeah, why not?
You guys in the chat want to listen to what they said? I'm sure they're probably no longer live. They're probably watching. Hey, guys.
Hey.
I mean, they make it sound like we have hate or something. Like, I don't have hate for anybody, but that article was mind-blowing. Yeah, I'm not even going to discuss it anymore. Buttercoat it all you want, but it was wrong.
I don't care what you want to do, but when it comes to a child having to read things later, it's on the internet. You just can't take it down. Doesn't matter how much you try to correct it. It's already out there, and what
right.
good is that doing? It's doing more harm.
Okay, so who in the chat wants to go ahead and finish watching them? Of course, we're going to have to do some commentary.
Ones if you want to, twos if you pass.
We agree. Rachel's like, we all agree. I'm voting for the whole entire team. We all agree. All right. Obviously, Rachel's the camp leader. Hummingbird's like 2. Sorry, Hummingbird. I'm going to do it just like Burnt Toast taught me.
I love her.
I love Burnt Toast too. I'll tell you what, guys. Let me just say real quick. I think that the stuff that's going on in the Summer Wells case, guys, let's just talk about, oh my gosh. I don't even think the Chris Watts case was this bad. How many teams are fighting against each other?
Oh, it's so many channels. I don't even know who's enemies anymore and who's friends. It keeps changing.
I know, but no one's even fighting for Summer anymore. They're fighting about who putting billboards up, who's going where, who's got boots on the ground, who got heels on the ground, where they're staying.
Put your heels where your mouth is and find her or help in any way. But
you know what, Kenny? You better behave yourself because we're coming out there. Kaz owes an airline ticket. We're going to get a buy one, get one free.
Leave Kenny alone.
No, Kenny has a crush on somebody.
It happens.
I know. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let it happen because he lives so far away. But if he shows up, I'm gonna have to whack him with my snow shovel. I'm only kidding, Kenny.
Chasing truth is awesome.
I love chasing truth. Yeah, but this summer situation, I'm gonna tell. Well, you know what? We might as well share the little information we found on Jody Sue. Do you think we should
I think go for it.
before we end this with the boots? Okay.
It's good for people to know.
Let me just ask you guys: how many of you guys know about Jody Sue's history, criminal history? We've known about this for a while. But you know what? I thought I'm not getting involved with that summer stuff. The only thing I want to deal is in facts and find summer. I'm not getting involved with people going. I heard people were going back down there to get answers from Don and Candace because they're going to get them to talk to them. I'm like, why are you bothering these people? Benny Keys will just show up and Don block you. So you're going to tell him?
Me? This
Yeah.
is yours. And Kaz?
Go ahead.
Okay,
So,
well,
can you guys guess? Hey, Annie. We're talking about Jody Sue Brown, the one that was the neighbor to Summer Wells that supposedly heard the scream and the footprints in the yard, and she saw the red truck. You have to ask yourself, God, now does the red truck even exist? No, maybe it wasn't her that saw it. Hopefully it wasn't, because if that's the case, I'm not even sure about the red pickup truck anymore. So guess, does anyone know what she has a criminal background for? Nobody knows? Come on, guys. Somebody has to know.
allegedly.
She was HIHH Angel. What does that mean?
Hummingbird says drugs.
Oh, come on, Hummingbird. Stop cheating.
Benton says drugs.
Wow, you guys don't know? Well, considering since we got a lot of drama going on with our friends Mo and Boots, and I am really curious though to see what they have. You know what, girl? They might even have some information that is right and decent. But prostitution, Annie, no. She has the charge for. I don't want to get it wrong, so let me go back to the actual court paper. I'm not going to share it though, but you guys can go. You guys can find it.
Angel says manufacturing. Benton says human trafficking.
Hang on one sec.
Human trafficking. No, not human trafficking.
No,
not
but manufacturing is definitely close. I'm going to read it to you. And I think people need to know this only because we've known it for a while. And since everyone seems to be fighting over this one person, and it's causing a lot of problems in the community of Summer Wells and taking the focus off of Summer. That is the address, that post office, 333 East Arrow Highway, Suite 1310 in Upland, California, is the one that runs the new management for Camden, Palooza. Hang on, guys, I'm looking for it. If you guys saw the messages between our Discord messages, oh my God. Okay. So the charge is maintain dwelling for drug use, severity 1 in Tennessee. Meaning, what does that actually mean? And her partner, I don't know if this is the boyfriend, the husband. I don't know. Do you know what is he? The boyfriend, husband?
I'm pretty sure. I don't want to. We'll say allegedly. I'm pretty sure it's the husband.
Yeah, he was charged with the same charge as her. And IV drugs up to 50 to 70 pounds. Can you imagine how many IV drugs it would take to weigh 50 to 70 pounds?
Well, I
Husband
could tell
Kaz said.
you it's probably about a week's worth of IVs. I know that.
You never know, Sylvia Garza. Maintaining the exact charges, maintain dwelling for drug use, severity 1. Jody Sue Brown, December 1984. That was her date of birth.
Yes,
And I think that's pretty scary that somebody that is looking for a missing girl and talking about why she left the area because of all of that going down when obviously you had a lot of part in that. Scary stuff. And that's why all that shit I choose to stay away from all that drama in the Summer Wells case because the more we just pull out one layer and see something like that and you're like, people are fighting over this woman and causing so much division and here she is saying she had to leave that road because of all the drugs and meanwhile she was obviously condoning it.
it doesn't. You're right, Matt. It doesn't mean her information's not credible. However, if you follow her on different channels and across all the different platforms, her narrative has kind of changed a little bit throughout. And I mean, while it's mostly consistent, you do notice little things, and I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt.
Matt, you can't sit there and say that you're pissed off about drugs and the neighborhood went to drugs and that's why you're leaving and you're in fear of your life when you are maintaining and dwelling a drug house. It doesn't work like that, Matt. It just it doesn't work like that. I mean, I know, and I'm not saying that the things about Summer and the screams and whatever, maybe it is true, but as far as her saying how scared she was and why she left and people using drugs in the woods and all that, that part now to me is not credible because she was involved with, yeah, a lot of drugs.
Distancing yourself from
Kaz
that.
will tell you the charge of the husband. I don't know the husband's charge. Kaz knows. Okay, so we all voted. This is going to be the end, and hopefully it's not a 5-hour live. I'm going to have to speed these two up to like at least 1.5. What is today? Tuesday? I know it's probably Wednesday now, but what is this?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. All right. All right, guys. So I have to step away and take my little princess out, and I've got about 4 feet out there of snow. Matt, you be a good boy, or you're going to put you in timeout again. We're not saying Jody Sue is a bad person, okay? But you cannot say all that shit on your interviews, how bad Ben Hill Road is, and the drugs, and the this, and the that, when it first say that yes, I have a charge. My husband and I had 70 pounds of IV drugs and maintaining and dwelling a drug house. But I still have to leave because there's so many drugs around here. No, obviously you took part of it because all of her addresses, the last 3, consist of different ones on Ben Hill Road. Okay. But you're entitled to your opinion. Matt, I don't find Jody Sue credible at all regarding the fact that there's a missing girl and she was involved in something like that, especially a severity 1. Okay. That's pretty bad. It's not kinky, Kenny. My God. What are we going to do with Kenny? I should have kept you hidden for at least a week and just got him all crazy and mad. And then Kaz probably would have had it driven over and got him out of like a mental hospital, rubber room. Come on, Kenny. Come on. It's okay. Iconic's back. Come on. Come back to the door. See, Matt and I disagree on a lot of things. Kenny, Matt lives in the UK. We do virtual stuff. I'm only kidding.
OMG.
Matt and I aren't fighting. Matt needs to behave himself, or I'm going to start going into his lives and being mean. I'm only kidding.
Lover's quarrel.
Matt knows I love him. Okay. So we're going. And yes, Hummingbird, this needs to be looked at. We haven't seen it. And when we scheduled a live tonight, and then they scheduled a live with the same deal. So then a half an hour after us, no, before us. Then they pushed it back immediately to the same time as us, and then we pushed ours back 10 minutes. And yes, we are going to see what they have to say. Because I don't think they understand. And the sad part is we could have all remained friends and shared information and worked together. But what they did about that whole, even putting it on the internet YouTube channel, Boots said it. Boots' exact words were that she went there, she got Adderall laced with fentanyl, she died, and they put her in the garbage chute. She
We
didn't
cracked the
speculate that.
case.
She said that. Right?
She said, we cracked the case.
That's right. We cracked the case. But first, let me say that Heidi went there to the party, and we have video of Heidi on the dance floor, and she took a fentanyl-laced Adderall, and she fell, and the glass broke, and we've got video of them picking it up on the aftermath, and then they, with all those people there, they carried her out and put her into the trash chute, and she got stuck on the 28th floor. But after we went and said what we had to say, it was all speculation. But I do not think that Boots realized that we were talking to Jim on an excellent level. And tonight, Jim even said, what about the two girls? Like, who? Stop.
I don't want to use the one word he said.
Don't even say it, but Jim is not okay with any of these two. And that's what I told Jim. I said, Jim, we are not going to stop looking into your wife's case. I know you want the detectives to do it, but we are digging on different layers of situations. And I said, and then we told him, he was like, oh my God. But yeah, so Jim is our friend. And I think I'm going to ask Jim for $5 million to advocate for his kid. I'm only kidding, guys. Okay, listen, I'm going to start her, but you are going to have to talk every once in a while, like within 15 seconds, so that I can go get a drink and let my little puppy out. You know what, Kenny? Unless... Okay. Who let the dogs out? Ooh, ooh. Okay, let's let the dogs out, guys. The bulldogs are coming.
This whole thing has been very hard emotionally. Of course, tough. I guess it'll toughen our skin, right, Mo? But
hopefully,
yeah.
As the scars
heal.
Hang on, that's too fast.
But sometimes
even I can't
you have
even understand that. Jeez, my God.
Sometimes there's people, you want to give answers, but people don't always like the answers you're giving or the perspective you're giving, or the information. So we live and learn. We're not perfect either. Presentation, I'm sure, is a big part of what we are working on as far as when, how, and what. But anyway, that's me.
Well, let's just get into it, because we want to address some of the rumors and the comments that have gone around about us and the Heidi Planck case.
You have to talk, girl.
So I'll start with the rumors that have gone about us, which are literally happening on a daily basis. We get random emails from people saying this person is talking about us, or hop onto this stream currently because they're talking about you. And so we're trying to get ahead of some of what people are saying to just present ourselves in a fair and balanced way. And
yeah, we're not running from it. I mean, I needed
Can you hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
You just have to say something once in a while. Like you just got to talk through it a little bit.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna let her out real quick.
Was framed was not very delicate, and not only was I upset about the way that happening, but definitely upset about the reaction. And I'm back, but it's been a rough last 2 weeks.
And we'll talk about that in more detail in a sec.
They've
But one
gotten
of the
a
rumors
lot
is that we're
of
doing this
attention
for
this
clout.
article.
And for those of you who don't know what clout is, it's basically internet fame, internet points. We have
I know she does.
very few people who actually care about what we're saying.
Okay.
This is not making us money. It's actually crazy to us that people take the time out of their day to like bash us for no reason. We have been working our butts off for this, and like
Yeah, we
Dawn
work
kind of
very
alluded
hard.
to, we are close to some of Heidi's family members and friends, and we really just want to bring them peace and then share information that is not sensationalized. Like I know that a lot of people just read the headlines of articles, and similar to the one that was
They're
out
close to
for
distant
Tess,
family. Keep
that's a
that in
problem.
mind. Family that hasn't
I
seen or
completely
talked to her in
feel
years.
that news has become just not truthful lately. And so it's good to have a place to go where you can at least rely on the people to give out the information that they feel is the most fair and balanced, and be honest when it's speculation versus fact. So we're really just trying to find clues in the case and share what we find, and make it clear when we make speculations. We definitely make mistakes, and we definitely say that when we have, and correct ourselves once we realize that we've made an error.
Your
One of the
whole lie was
examples is
stated
when
as
we talked
fact.
about Jim in a negative light, and what we said was very fair. I felt it was fair. We didn't, we didn't frame him in a way that was crazy outside of what we were reading from the legitimate court documents. But when it relates to Heidi's disappearance, we have made a whole kind of stream about the fact that, hey, we may have been wrong here. So that's just an example of the way in which we try to approach these cases. And again, it's not for clout. If it was for clout, if it was for fame, if it was for views, we would say something, we would create some crazy theory and story and claim it as fact, and then say
Exactly
that
what
we were
you
talking
did.
to,
You stated a crazy theory and
Heidi's
put it in the
ghost, and
newspaper
then
as soon as
with
you
all,
got it. What
just
in the
No.
hell?
crazy stuff. And people are
and I don't mean
doing
to laugh. I'm not laughing at that. It's my reaction, I guess, my uncomfortable reaction. Like,
it's very
We're all
uncomfortable. It's
uncomfortable.
very
it's
uncomfortable.
unbelievable, some of the things that have been said. And it's clear that a lot of people who are saying these things have not even watched our live, because
We did watch
I
the
can't think
entire
of
live.
countless times
On our
where
side,
we
Kaz
make
and I
it
were both there.
very clear
Sarah discussed it
that,
with us.
I
We
guess
were
because
all
this
in
is
there
said,
together.
this does not make this true. In other words, Heidi was not a drug addict. That was made.
There was only 2 weeks worth of videos. How could we not watch them all? There's 2 weeks worth. It's not that many videos.
Okay. Angel, they are the 2 girls that we met on the channel. They were covering Heidi Planck. And then remember they had Trey, Heidi's cousin, on their channel who said all this stuff about Jim and the BS. And it was so funny because Jim told us that he didn't even know who Trey was, and he had to call Heidi's mom to ask them who he was.
Hey, Veggie, as a strawberry blonde, I'm sort of annoyed by the dyed red hair. Is that petty? No, I don't think it's petty, because a part of me feels like that is like a statement to myself, to be honest with you. I think this is for a reason.
Wait.
But that's just
What's going on right now? What am I missing?
a statement by Veggie.
As a strawberry blonde, I'm sort of annoyed by dyed red hair. Is that petty? I think she's talking about Boots' hair.
No, Mao dyed her hair. It was blonde, and she dyed it red. And you and I kind of look a little similar
Oh,
together.
okay.
And so the fact that she dyed her hair red and then said it's not a box look. I think she's trying to state that my hair's dyed. No, it's natural. But thank you. I love that.
Wait. I think she's talking about Mo's hair, not your hair.
No.
Reggie, who
Yeah,
hair?
no, I'm
Okay.
saying that I think Mao did it as a thing for me.
Hey,
She's saying
Patty
she's
and
annoyed
Pink.
by the
Did you leave Discord, Patty? I was trying to add you into a room for the members room, and I didn't see you. No, you took that wrong, honey.
No,
She was.
I was agreeing with Veggie, and I'm
Oh, I
saying that I
thought
think
you
Mao did
thought
it
that
as
she
a
made the
statement.
comment because she thought your hair was colored.
No,
Oh,
Mao made the comment that
okay.
hers wasn't a box look, and I'm saying mine is natural.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to look a little like us, because if you look at them, I'm sorry, but we're a little similar. So
Yeah, well, I color my hair because it's gray. Well, it's getting gray, but yeah, I just want to make sure I watch chat because, like I said, when we were cleaning out the rooms the other day, Hummingbird and I accidentally took Pamela's wrench away, and I felt so bad, and she didn't understand why, and it took like 4 days for me to get a hold of her through a comment. I was like, no, I wouldn't do that. Okay, so let's get into this. And we have to remember, too, because what I'm going to do real quick I'm going to let them continue, but I'm going to pull up real quick, too, of the beginning of the stream when Boots said those exact words about what happened to Heidi. You can't take that back. You put it out. And you're claiming that the article place was in there and listened. Well, that's funny because you claim that the son was in your side chat listening to you, but what you said in that live was only 30% of what you told Iconic and I, but the son knew the 100% that was said between your video and what you told us. So somebody's lying, okay? So don't play me for a fool. Back into it.
It's so clear. We also made it very clear that this is what I was told by somebody else. And I felt it was important enough, or most of it. We even held back anything we thought that would be.
And you can still talk. You can still comment.
And it's clear that nobody, I mean, because so many of the rumors going around are exactly that, saying that, well.
Wait.
Yeah. It's still.
Wait. Nita. Who let the dogs out? Why are you confused, Nita? She's confused about.
I'm not
okay,
sure.
we'll continue, and when I see what she says, I'll stop it again.
She's late.
I got to roll with the punches, but
I know we're trying. One day we'll say, "Oh my gosh, look what this person said about us," and we'll like cry. And another day we'll say, "Oh my gosh, look what this person said about us."
Yeah, I mean,
exactly. And look who believes in us. We'll get like wonderful comments, and that'll make our day.
And this is not to put down. We have gotten a lot of support too, and we really appreciate the people who have.
You know, they are very smart, but they need to dig more and verify what they're putting out. That's all. That's it.
We like them. And I'm not even saying that it couldn't be whatever, but don't give me all this information and ask me to hold on to it because you're waiting for the police. And then next thing I wake up to an article saying that Heidi has died on a laced whatever. But you can't, I'm not going to repeat it last time. You can't give the live that you gave them 30% when you gave us 70%. We knew, we held on to it. We didn't say anything until you said the son was in your room. I don't even give a shit anymore, but they knew stuff that was not said in your live. So if that is the case, how did they know word for word what you told us that was not said in the live? It's simple. Put your big pants on, own your shit, and whatever. But I will show you what she says in the beginning of that live if it's there. Let's go.
Taking the time to stop and say, "Can you explain this? I don't. This doesn't make sense to me. Explain more what you mean." And those are some of the people that we that have supported us in the biggest ways.
And the people who say the negative comments that we know that their heart is not in the right place, we just move along. We don't even pay attention anymore. We can't. You just can't. The other rumor is we are doing this.
I have never made a negative comment about them. I have never returned the message. I'm going to read the message from Boots, actually, because, everyone who comes into my lives, I might be a little crazy, but we all know that I might have even have deleted it because I was just like, bleh. Let me see. Okay. She said, for your information, the article was ran without our consent. No one got paid for anything. They were on our stream, repeated what was said incorrectly at that. No, they didn't repeat anything incorrectly. They put it out word for word of what was said. Word for word. Am I mistaken, Iconic, Kaz?
Word for word.
I never said they knew Heidi or her son. Never said that, Kara. So repeated what was said incorrectly. They refused to take it down. Well, they did not get it wrong. They got it exactly right what you told us and what you said in your live, unless you lied to us. And if that's the
And a
case,
photo of you, a newer photo of you that hadn't even really been posted up very long.
and
And then you still knows.
then I get, please don't ever contact us again. Well, I have never contacted you again, and I have never posted anything negative. I have never been to your live, and I have not said anything negative about you. It was really upsetting to read the article that came word from their mouth. You are the type of people who give YouTubers a bad name. Can anybody inside chat go anywhere on YouTube and have ever seen me in a chat being nasty, being mean, leaving mean comments, talking mean about anybody? Even these two girls, I have nothing bad to say about them now. Ever. Who do I ever? I'm not that person. Trust. So you are the type of people who give YouTubers a bad name, trust, and integrity. I waited 2 days after contacting the LAPD and Jim. You waited 2 days, so did Jim not get back to you? Because you told us that you were, like, basically talking to Jim.
Well,
What
I'll
you
tell
said
you.
about me is wrong. I never said anything about you was wrong. I repeated exactly what you said us. I showed the video and stuff that you gave us because you made people believe that that was the aftermath of Heidi taking a pill, being on the dance floor dancing, breaking a glass, falling down, being picked up. They tried to revive her. Supposedly, Sabrina Peterson was seeing it too. And they brought her to the trash compactor and they put her down the trash compactor and she got stuck on the 28th floor. You said it in the live. You cannot take it back. What you did, what you said about me is wrong. Very disappointed and hurt that I failed to see who you were. Lesson learned. Well, Boots, if you're listening, I'm a very good person and I did not do you wrong. I actually went out with information that I held on to for a while. And after that article went out and I saw that it was complete, utter bullshit, it was time for me to come out for Heidi's sake, Bond's sake, and to do what was right. And so I did. So let's continue. Anything you want to say, kid?
Yeah. If you were really talking to Jim, you would know that he will return your text in a matter of seconds and your call, like, within the hour. He doesn't make you wait. He will always get back to you.
Yes.
Always.
But probably he probably will not probably get back to them again.
He
And
doesn't like them.
with Jim can tell you we never said one bad thing to Jim about Mo and Boots ever. He actually spoke to us about the article and going out about what was going on. He was not happy.
And as this comment says from Rachel, yeah, we are now advocates because of Jim putting us in that position for Bond. And so if it means standing up for him, we're going to do it because that's what we've been asked to do. Sorry, not sorry.
You're right, Sylvie, and that's the way it will be. I mean, I'm surprised there's 58 people in here because Hummingbird knows kick him out after 50. After 50, you got to go. I'm only kidding. I like the small group. I mean,
I've stopped watching their lives. I don't know about
everyone knows I could do those little drama, get into it, start talking about other YouTubers in the summer wells. That's not who I am. I want to find and dig and research and what's going on. And I love doing the research. I mean, I just love it. And I dig deep. Okay. So let's go back and to listen to them. And I really did like them. I mean, Kaz and Iconic will tell you, we honestly thought that these guys and us were going to have a good relationship. We really did. We thought we were going to collaborate, do some things, but hey, it is what it is. I have integrity, is why I did what I did.
For money, done. How much money have you from this? Is it $2,000? We got $2,000 for that.
I think that was what the number was. The last number I heard, at least. And it was. They always have to have their article in 3 days before they print it, and they were definitely paid. No, I will tell you right now, absolutely not. and not with the paper that wrote that.
Oh, Matt. Oh,
So I've even texted the guy who wrote the article the next day, and I will show you the text he sent back. Oh, there you are, Don.
I know, we can
Hi,
give
Alex.
his
Rumors,
number.
yeah, rumors are around that Don, and yeah, we're not going to give you guys his number. 2K for the story. We've been hearing it again and again. Can you please just send me a text confirming that so that we can put it to rest? Don was going to ask, but I felt it was more believable coming from me because I wasn't the one who spoke to the reporter directly after he watched our live stream. Okay, they reached out to us. Don was paid zero.
You know what?
Can I just say one thing
never
too?
asked, nor was offered any money.
Can you please tell me what this proves?
I want to say one thing that it does prove. If you can ask him that, then why didn't you ask him to also verify that the information you said that you didn't give them was not given and that the mistake was made?
This is not Jim.
No, she's saying that's the newspaper.
Okay, this is the newspaper coming back. So why would you, if somebody came in your room and ran with the story and got it wrong, how would you know how to text somebody?
Yeah, but why didn't you also ask him to confirm that the things that you said that they got wrong, why wouldn't you also show us that you could take that back as well to them and them also confirm that, not just
You know what? What kind of receipt is that?
You just confirmed that you gave them the story. By even in that, you just said you gave them the story for zero money. Okay, but you're confirming that you were the ones to give them the story. That's wow. Okay.
So you just said that these people were in your side chat. They just found you out of whatever. They came to you. They didn't come to anyone else. They sat there. They listened to you. And then they ran and they made the story and you didn't know and you called and you wanted them to take it down. Contradiction.
On top
Don
of
was paid zero for the story and never asked for nor was offered any money. So she gave
them
the story. Let's keep going.
You're confirming it. I'm sorry.
Oh wait. Yeah, so let's get back into these. Oh shit. Hang on, guys. Sorry.
Stand out and connect with customers on Google by claiming your free business profile. You can easily edit your hours, accept bookings, and much more. Claim your free business profile
Make my
today.
blood boil with that. Another. Wait, what in the heck is going on, guys? Sorry.
Fair use, Kenny. No worries. Fair use.
What is going on here?
Oh, they're live ended. It might be a little bit before you can watch the rest of it.
Hello, everyone. So we're back. We're
not going to do it unless they're paid for information. Okay. Not true and not true.
Well, we never said Heidi was antsy. That is what Jim said.
Yeah, those are Jim's words. And,
His literal words.
Everybody has repeated Jim's words. Like in that, oh my goodness gracious. And no, I drank out of that cup the entire stream, not just, oops. No, it was 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, come on, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Really? Please.
Anyway, I just thought that one was
and
like,
I know
so outlandish.
I'm now doing this with my cans, so I'm safe. But I don't want to get in trouble for advertising something that we're not. Wow. Yeah. That's how much.
Like that is as the how low people go when it comes to it. And like
is this where we were?
Like if you wanted to reach out and say hi, like I noticed you were drinking wine at the beginning of the stream, like I felt like maybe that meant that you were an alcoholic or something. Can you confirm? Like if that's what you want to talk to us about, fine, that's great. Talk to us about it. We may laugh at it, or like it may take us, by surprise.
I got it for my 50th birthday, so I'll drink whatever the hell I want to drink of it, but not at 11 o'clock in the morning, and not alcohol while streaming or otherwise. Like that's just. I know,
and I work full time. Like I don't. Yeah, and no one has said that I don't even drink. And really, I have like.
And yes, it worked.
But who cares? Also, who cares?
We're at that point, yeah. Where it's just like.
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
At first, we would be like, "Oh my god, I can't,
Yeah.
how would they say that?" And now we're just like, you know what? Again, like another day, right? Like we're learning this is
Exactly.
just
Am
the way
I
of
in the wrong
YouTube.
place?
It's
Where
not all
were
sunshine
we?
and rainbows. As I
Hey.
thought it might be, but so the
We
next
were
thing
back at
is that we did not talk to LAPD or the family before we did the stream. I'll let you take this one, Dawn.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I made it very clear on the live. If anybody listened to it, and I also believe, I mean, I don't know, I don't remember. I've only read that article once or twice because it's just, yeah. But no. So
What?
Oh, you're embarrassed.
Oh, it's just what? It's everything you told us, Dawn. You're lucky I don't record phone calls.
I've heard this over and over and over and over, how I've hurt Bond and I've hurt the family because I came out with this, and
they said that.
I've
Jim
heard
said
everything
that
from
himself.
it takes.
Jim
I spoke to
told
him the day the
us
article came
that
out, and he
that
is heartbroken.
article devastated him. Devastated him. Devastated. Why on God's earth would you put a article like that out when Jim at that point today Jim seemed more to the fact that he might be leaning more to the side that Heidi is not coming back. But at that point, Heidi was saying to us, she may not even be dead because of him getting the ransom letters. And these people know already because it's been out there. The notes, the people that look like Heidi, and we did not put that out there. The people looking like Heidi that are supposedly at trap houses saying, if you want to see her again, send me money. That's because those are trolls that know Jim has money. Hummingbird, I'm just touching on some facts here because Jim, this needs to come out. These are false accusations.
3 days to put out an article.
Hummingbird, I like these girls. We really like them. I have nothing bad to say about them. We just want to hear if they have any new information. Hey, Shredder. Hey, Bry. I would even probably talk to them again and explain it, but they can't sit here and say that to me. That, sorry, Hummingbird.
And they're not going to do it unless they're paid for information. Okay. Not true and not true, because I went.
See, Hummingbird, there's a difference, honey. You know I love you. I'm not doing anything wrong. I really did like, I mean, I don't hate them. I do like them. But you can't come out with a story like that and then backpedal and try to say that people are coming at you and saying that for no reason, because I've never gone at them. So this is not about me. I need to know what they're saying about the situation.
I spoke with LAPD for over an hour, not just with the detective on the case that's in charge of the case, but also, I don't know, I know at least one, but I'm sure others were in there because I was on the speaker phone and recorded. So everything I said was recorded, and it was over an hour long, and sent them every piece of information I had. I sent them pictures, I sent them video, I sent them all the information on anything that happened then. And actually, they asked for a few other things that, that regarding our research that we've been doing, and I sent that to them as well. And that was 2 days.
Miss you, Ali.
Hi.
So, cousins and friends of Heidi, and people are saying that they're sharing this information for fame or clout. They're not. We know that they're taking this really, really hard. They're doing.
All right, girl. It's getting late, and Ali, our other friend, popped up there, and you know what? They can say what they want to say. I really have nothing against them, but let's go back real quick to one situation. Hummingbird's gonna kick my ass. Hummingbird, you're gonna beat me up. Aw, it's gone. What was the name of it?
Of the live?
Oh, here it is. Hang on. one more thing, because Hummingbird, this is the last time we're touching on what's going on, because you cannot backpedal and say that you said it's speculation, because this is right here. You can't do this when there's a little boy out there saying stuff like this. You can't do it. Let me find the part.
And that was the end of it. So no prison time. Okay, so we to these suspects and say, like, these people are absolutely involved. If you've been following this case very closely, Heidi was last seen at the Hope and Flower building, and so you went downtown, and so you tended. So what time did you get downtown around?
So one of Heidi's close.
Iconic. When does she say it? That part about.
I don't have a timestamp.
That she was very worried about tax filings a few days before, which came as
I thought it was in the beginning,
news, and that was certainly something that the police wouldn't have been able to hide.
I don't think she's started speaking her side yet.
But so I just wanted to
speak for a while, and then Boots
by just generally going over where did we start with this case. So very quickly, I know most of you have been following this case for a very long time. 39-year-old woman, last seen at her son's flag football game, leaves at halftime, seems antsy according to her ex-husband Jim, is last seen walking her dog near the Hope and Flower building. We knew from friends that, and this is well communicated in the media, that she was very worried that he sort of held hands. Actually, not sort of. He did hold hands with Jason Sugarman through them. They're actually just to do that to someone you care about so much, or at one point cared about so much. But we know that crimes of passion do happen, and LA, we don't think, has been on and off with Heidi for a long time. She texted him that she was afraid of being full-time. And also, they're a catering events company, cannabis-related products to customers without ever having touched a plant. Okay? When was it that you went down? Would it have been Monday?
Yeah,
No,
guys,
Sunday.
sorry. They took it down. This is not the one. They actually took down the one of that one video. It's gone. Because she said it right in the beginning, and then it actually says breaking news. It was a different title. I forget what it was, but it was the one that was talking about they know what happened. So they took it down. I didn't record it though, so no, Hummingbird. I just need to play the part that she's claiming it was only speculation, but the beginning, no, it was no speculation. She said, I know what happened to Heidi, and this is what happened, and that is why Jim got upset, and now she's just, eh. But like I said, we really did like them. We thought they were cool chicks. But that article was just not cool.
Because they came out and stated her cause of death as fact when there's no body or cause of death yet.
Yeah. Rice Fields cannibal ice cream. Oh my gosh. So I will be taking you to the store tomorrow to get the corkboard and the strings.
I love our road trips.
We'll have book club at 10. Oh, shit. Can't believe it's 2:20. So that's a lot of information. And that's not even tying into the owner of the penthouse to the owner of 727 and their involvement in the cannibal company, which connects them to Arcadian. But Arcadian doesn't have that connection to Heidi like we thought. It's Camden, when supposedly Matthew Norgent and her were both managers. But of course they weren't. But for some reason they were still on the state filed papers with the state of California. So we need to also look at those addresses in Martise's name and see if there's ever been like arrest at those houses for like I don't know, maybe, who knows what we'll find out if we even decide to look down that rabbit hole.
Still a ton to dig on, guys.
Lots. Yep, now we're starting to dig into the people that are financing those billions of dollars out of San Fran into that change company. We got a few more to dig into, but we need to start getting the strings and connection boards going. I want some of that ice cream, Hummingbird said.
Me too.
What was the name of that ice cream?
What was the name of the ice cream?
It looks good.
But it was cannabis infused.
Mm-hmm.
So yummy, I'm sure.
What was it? It was Getting Mellow. And this company is owned by a person named something Tan. Shamar something Tan, who happens to live in the other. No, he's a partner in one of Miggy's LLCs, and Miggy's the one that owns the Penthouse 2, right?
That's right.
And the Hope Building. And he's a partner or a manager on one of those LLCs. And this is one of Tan's company. Another Asian connection with the Biden Asian connections. You see what I'm saying?
Very interesting.
Yep, look at that. Marijuana ice cream. Yummy. Wish I had a pint of that right now. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yep. What is that? Their Instagram?
They do have an Instagram, yes.
Cool. Well, they have a podcast. Oh. Interesting, guys. All right. Anything else before we wrap this up?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Iconic. Thank you, Kaz. Oh, don't worry, H-Bird. I'm not addressing that again. And I really didn't even go at them. I was just curious to see. I actually said too, but you weren't here. I said they might even have new information that we don't know about. Yeah, I saw that, Matt. I saw that. It's actually with Sherry Vess. It's with Sherry. Everyone, thank you for coming in. Stay vigilant and keep your babies safe. Iconic, thank you.
Thank you. And have a good night.
See them tomorrow with our. Hopefully that Streamlab will work so we can do the boards on that. I might have to use my kitchen cabinets. All right, guys. That's it. I think it's a wrap. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Hashtag